Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's Matchday Live. My name's Paul. Thank you so much once again for choosing to go through the game with the Toon Review. As usual, if you do enjoy the show, hit that thumbs up button. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. You do have to be a subscriber, of course, to take part in the chat. But we want to try and build towards 36,500 subscribers tonight. So with your help, we will hopefully get very close. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. The team, I will go through it in just a moment. But if you please do take up membership if you want to be part of the channel that way. And of course, super chats are available. That will guarantee your comment to be read out live on the show. That's the $ at the bottom of the live comments. And of course, thank you to Mamaroo Records for their continuing sponsorship of the channel. Based in Whitley Bay Town Centre for all your music needs. But if you can't get in to see Steve in the shop, check them out online. That is pinned at the very top of the description. Right, well, let's get into it, shall we? Because Newcastle United, what can we say? What can we say? This is how we line up, ladies and gents. We go with Nick Pope in goal, Fabian Schär, Tonali, Wilson, Gordon, Hall, Livramento, Murphy, Willock, Byrne, and Bruno. On the bench, two goalkeepers, Dubravka, Ruddy, Trippier, Barnes, Target, Kraft, Asula, Longstaff, and Lewis Miley. So Willock keeps his place ahead of Lewis Miley. But of course, there is no Sven Botman, there is no Joe Linton, and there is no Alexander Isak. He is missing with a slight groin problem. That puts, us under a lot of pressure tonight, guys. It really does. We have to be at our very best. But unfortunately, no Botman, so we still have to go with Fabian Schär. We still have to go with Dan Byrne as the two centre-backs. And it ain't been great recently. So we live in hope. We live in hope. Liverpool, they line up Alisson, Van Dijk, Kanate, Diaz, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Jota, Shimikas, Gravenberch, and Alexander Arnold. So a very, very strong Liverpool side, as you would imagine. Of course, Van Dijk's been making his mouth go before this game, wanting to make it as hostile for Newcastle United as possible. I think with the news that Alexander Isak is now missing from the game, turns it even more hostile, to be honest, for us. It's a real ask. It is massive. Stoic Protector with a super chat. Hi, Paul. Let's go get him tonight and shake him up. Well, yes, I would love that. Comment from Jack Bland. No Isak, no problem. Wilson can use his yearly dose of goals up in this game. Get injured for the rest of the season, and I won't care as long as you get the 3 points. I mean, look, I've seen plenty of people already since the teams came out wondering why maybe Asula isn't starting ahead of Callum Wilson. You know, I guess the uncharacteristic style of Will Asula might be very difficult for Liverpool defenders. Callum Wilson, listen, did absolutely nout when he came on Sunday. It was very disappointing. I'm sure he's chomping at the bit, though. This is a big opportunity for Callum Wilson. It's a huge game for Newcastle United. And it's a huge game for Callum Wilson as well. So without Isak, yes, that's a major problem for us. There is no doubt in that. But we can only support the lads that are on the pitch tonight. But this does really highlight how, threadbare this squad actually is. Because if anything happens to Wilson, then we're in a situation where Wilson and Isak are out again. And that would be a real kick in the nuts, to be honest. Trull says we are screwed and this will be a 5 or 6-0. Trevor says if I drink every time Jota dives tonight, I'm going to be pissed before the end of the game. Probably. Yeah, we know he likes to throw it around. Wilson will rough up Virgil van Dijk. I hope so, Robert. I really do hope so. Just get at them from the very start. Get at them, and listen. If we do lose the game, fine. But I want to see us lose with a bit of pride, a little bit of dignity. You know what I mean? Not go down with a whimper. Stato joins us for his analysis before the game. Good evening, buddy.
Hello. How we doing?
Well, I was all right till I saw the team line up, mate.
Well, I mean, Ipswich Town are beating Man United away, so I mean, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's hilarious. But I'm more bothered about what goes on at Anfield tonight. To be fair, bud.
Of course, of course.
Isak being left out, obviously a groin problem. I mean, that's a huge spanner.
Is that what it was? A groin problem? I've not been able to figure out what it was yet. I've been busy.
The official word is a slight groin problem, whatever that is.
Concerning. All I'm going to say is, instead of being really negative, I'm going to try and put a positive spin on this and just suggest, look, Sven Botman and Isak, and Joe Linton, I would imagine, are all going to play the final against Liverpool. So at least this keeps some of the cards close to our chest. It's not ideal because for me, Wilson was the most selfish I've ever seen him. Very slow, very incapable at winning duels. So he's got a lot of hard work to do tonight. A hell of a lot of hard work to do against Kanate and Van Dijk. So we'll just have to see what he can do. We've still got Anthony Gordon, of course, who is a very good goal threat. Lots of goal contributions. But this makes it even less likely for points for us. I just think we've got to put in everybody's got to put in an exceptional performance to get anything, whether it's a point or three. It's going to have to be something special because we don't win here very often. And we're a weakened team. You know, there's no Isak, no Joe Linton, no Botman. We will see, but we'll have a game plan, hopefully. And sometimes Eddie Howe comes out with genius plans, and it does happen. We've had lots of famous wins and interesting games, and where he's won the tactical battle. So you never know. But I'm not overly confident about tonight.
No, but I just said before you came on, Alex, with that side, you never know. Wilson might turn into, the old Callum Wilson again. The centre backs might have the game of their lives. You just never know. But what I want to see is, even if we do lose the game, Alex, I want to see us go down with a fight and let Liverpool know they've been in a game. Not this giving up and heads down like they did at the Etihad a couple of weeks ago. I don't want to see that from my side. I want to see us at least put up a fight, not give up, no matter what the score.
I mean, I would like to, agreed. I'd like an attitude improvement from certain players. I'd like a concentration improvement from certain players as well. Even if we don't come out of this game with points, I would like to see a cleaner game in terms of players like Fabian Schär concentrating for the full 90 minutes. Tino Livramento not getting caught out positionally sometimes. Maybe Murphy not switching off on tracking players from time to time. That kind of stuff. So those three are the main ones that can switch off Fabian Schär the most this season. And I'd like to see a really clean game from them, especially in terms of their focus and concentration levels. If we can start to see an improvement in performances, then hopefully that's going to translate to better results outside of tonight. Although hopefully it might translate to points tonight. Dan Burn as well. Let's try and cut out that stepping into midfield and passing nonsense when you've got Szoboszlai and McAllister and Salah on you. None of that. Because if we do what we did the other day against Forest, if we do that against Liverpool, it's going to be silly. So we've got to be very careful. Of course, we do have Sandro in from the get-go, so that is going to offer us a bit more physicality and pace.
We need a lot from the big players tonight. We need a lot from the big players. Jack says Isak is there. He's travelled with the team and has his kit bag with him. Seems strange. Maybe in the warm-up it happened. It didn't, Jack, because the teams were announced at 7 o'clock tonight, way before the warm-ups, and he wasn't included in the squad. It's good to see.
The lineups are announced an hour and 15 minutes before now. It used to be an hour. It's changed for some reason.
I don't know. I never knew why that was, Alex. I have no idea.
Possibly broadcasting reasons.
That's the only reason it could be, isn't it?
It's more likely for it to get leaked, so I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah. Keith Truscott with the super chat. Hate to say it, but we're getting pumped tonight. Premium mobile valeting with the super chat. Hi, Paul. Could you give my detailing channel a little shout out? I've just started and posted my first video. How are the lads? There you go, guys. I have given you a shout out. Check Premium Mobile Valeting out on YouTube, and also check their business. Peter Garthwaite says, what happened to Eddie saying players had to earn their place? Then he goes and plays the same bang out of form players. 6-0 to them. And Ian Toon Trader, Mr. Spoons, good evening, buddy. Great to see you looking well, Paul. Miss you, pal. Miss you too, matey. Be good to catch up soon again. Get in touch, mate, and we'll have a catch up at some point. Now, Alex, obviously Liverpool have gone really strong. Jota players, I saw a comment not very long ago in the chat saying that somebody was going to have a drink every time he dived, so they were going to get absolutely hammered tonight. But Jota does have, he is a good player. Szoboszlai's playing, but the main man Salah's in from the start, as you'd expect. They've got such a strong side and a really strong bench as well.
Yeah, it's a fantastic team. The back four, I think the weaknesses are in the fullbacks with Tsimikas and Alexander-Arnold left back, right back. I think we can definitely have at them. Murphy, if he's in one of those moods, could cause a couple of problems. Anthony Gordon, we really need him to be fit and firing against Trent, because Trent's obviously very poor defensively.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy to say that. He's very poor defensively. Come at me, Liverpool fans. You know he is. Joe Willock as well. If he can build on his positive performance against Forest and be competent at sort of those driving, marauding runs, him with Gordon on the left could cause Trent a few problems, especially with Salah's going to have to come back and maybe do things. Gravenberch is going to have to come out wide. So we've got things that can hurt them 100%. It's just about the general structure of the team and making sure we don't give away silly goals. Without Isak, obviously we're less threatening, but there are still ways to get goals out of this Liverpool team. They're not invincible. They're not perfect. There are issues in that team.
Well, I mean, you're right, Alex, and I think it's the fear factor sometimes. You're thinking, oh my God, but I'll tell you something. If we get into Liverpool, then they don't like it. And I think that's got to be our tactic tonight. A bit of the dark arts and things like that, really rile them up. Rile the fans up as well. Get them upset with what they're seeing on the pitch and stuff like that. By the way, Man United are now 2-1 ahead against Ipswich.
That's a shame.
Morsey own goal, and the second one is still to be decided according to FootMob. And Manchester City are leading at Spurs. Haaland after 12 minutes in that one. So we'll keep you up to date with the Premier League scores. Couple more super chats. Nick Thornton says 2 keepers on the bench and a shit one on the pitch. I think Nick Pope might have a bit to do tonight. Keith Truscott says Eddie just said Isak. Eddie just said Isak is out to look after him for games ahead, so it's not just one game at a time then. Well, I mean, look, the thing is, Alex, I mean...
There's rotation.
Yeah, but at the same time, if it's rotation, then just say it's rotation. Just say he's rested. Don't make up a groin problem. I mean, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying if he's saying that. But for me, Tonali the other day had a thigh problem, a hamstring problem. Yeah, he brought him on. He was running around like a Trojan horse. So obviously...
He didn't look like there was anything wrong with him.
Exactly. But the fact that Isak's not even in the squad, that says to me a little different.
It depends if it's groin or if it's just rotation. We don't know.
But if it's rotation, it's an absolute fucking farce, Alex. That's what it is. I mean, this is it's
probably
a
bit of both, isn't it?
Well, it's a huge game at Anfield. Isak normally turns up against Liverpool as well. Let's not forget that. He's got a really good record against Liverpool. And then we're shoving Callum Wilson in, who has hardly kicked the ball in anger this season, and we're expecting him to do the job. Don't get me wrong. Callum Wilson is deadly when he's on form. He's a fantastic striker, but we haven't seen enough of him to justify that kind of quote yet this season.
Well, I mean, we've seen enough of Callum Wilson over the years to maybe expect a reasonable performance. I know he's just come back, but how lethal and clinical he can be, we know that. So I don't want to see all of this nonsense of just losing every single duel and just being absolutely skinned for pace. I feel like I do think we need to adapt to Wilson's age because his legs are not there anymore for the kind of game we're trying to play. They're just not. And I think we need to adapt. And we didn't against Forest. And when we've seen him recently, we've not. He always goes on those runs. He's on his own. He gets caught and he loses the ball. And nothing ever gets made of it. If it happened to Will Osula, he'd get crucified for it. But for some reason, Callum Wilson just gets a free hit on all of these things. We need to adapt. And I think we need to play. The wingers need to help him. Willock, Tonali, potentially runners. We need to adapt Wilson's game. He's literally a fox in the box now. That's what he is. He doesn't have the pace to be absolutely bombing it past some of the players in the Premier League. So I'd like to maybe see a slightly different version of Callum Wilson and maybe an acceptance that he can't do what he was doing 18 months, 2 years ago for us.
Yep.
He's had so many injuries, which is fine. It's not his fault. But yeah, I want to see a response from him because it was absolutely unacceptable, the levels of selfishness from him against Nottingham Forest. So I want to see a team performance from him.
You've mentioned that, mate. Keith Truscott says, to be fair, Eddie said it was a slight groin issue. Apparently picked it up on against Forest, but yeah, interesting comments. Trevor says, I still remember Wilson's 93rd minute equaliser against Liverpool a few years ago under Bruce. I feel like he can still give us something. It was Joe Willock, mate, who got that equaliser in the 93rd minute at Anfield. That was it was when the stadium was empty. I remember that. It was definitely Joe Willock because I saw it on social media again today. But if it's a groin problem, don't want to fuck it for the final. Well, obviously not. I mean, if there's a problem there, then there's a problem. Absolutely. But the fact that he's not in the squad at all, so that kind of rules out rotation. Why would you rotate but still not put him on the bench and put another goalkeeper on there? I mean, this 2 goalkeepers shit, Alex. I mean, surely why not? We've said this many, many times this season. You know, why not put one of the kids on for, if not coming on the pitch, but just for experience around that first team group?
Well, a lot of the most competent youngsters are out on loan currently, so I do agree with you, though. I think that speaks volumes as to how poor the academy is, and I know that's horrible to say out loud, and probably
but Alex,
certain people involved in that setup. But
Garang Kuol last night, mate, scored 2 cracking goals, and he's full of confidence. Why not reward him with a place on the bench tonight just for the experience? But
he's been around the first team as loads. He's not going to be.
Yeah, but I'm just highlighting him as an example, mate. I'm not saying he should be, but I don't understand Ruddy being on the bench. It's mental.
I agree. There needs to be someone else.
Yeah, Sean says, I don't understand the hate towards Pope. He's our number one. Nobody wanted Dubes in when Pope got injured, but after a few good games, he was getting loads of praise. Give Pope a chance.
No, you've cherry-picked the information there, mate. It wasn't a few good games. It was a 9-game unprecedented win streak, of which we were fantastic at not conceding goals. So let's not completely change what happened. I wasn't happy with Dubravka coming in either. Absolutely. I thought last season he was really poor, but he earned his place by going on that long win streak and being much improved. So you can't deny him that. And Pope came straight in and conceded a really shoddy goal from range. That was his first thing. So I think it's justified while we're a little bit uppity about maybe Dubravka not being in goal. I think it's completely justified.
And let's not forget that Nick Pope wasn't in the greatest of form when he got injured. So, you know, Pope's form has dipped as well. Jack says, against the bigger teams, we always play better and beat them when we play 5 at the back. We haven't beat City, Liverpool or Arsenal playing our pressing 4-3-3. Well, we don't have the players to play 5 at the back tonight, unfortunately. I mean, we do if he played Kraft, but he's not going to risk Emil Kraft in the back line. However, I mean, like I said, like we said on the preview last night, if Newcastle, by any stretch, are winning the game with about 10 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go, you will probably see a 5-5 formation again. He will throw defensive players on there and keep the lead, which you would expect him to do. By the way, as usual, I'm watching it through my usual provider tonight, guys. So if you are wanting to be in sync with me, if your match kicks off on TNT or whatever you're watching it on before me, just pause whatever system you're watching it on. I'll then say when I'm underway on my stream and then just press play and we will all be in sync. That is up to you if you want to be in sync with me through the game, of course. If not, please don't put any spoilers in the chat or the mods will remove you. Now, you're all subscribers in this chat on Matchday Live, so we'd expect respect for all the other people that can't watch the game live and are just listening to the commentary or have the game on and listening to the commentary on here as well with the sound turned off. So please respect that. If you want to be in sync with me, just pause your TV at kickoff. Wait till I say, right, we're underway, all hit play, and we're in sync for the rest of the evening. But that's your choice whether you want to do that or not, of course. Paul says, didn't Tonali have a slight groin problem and then came on in the second half? It was a hamstring. However, he Tonali's an animal. Let's be fair. Stoic Protector with a super chat says, imagine the mental challenge to Liverpool if we fight them hard, get points, and then add back Isak, Joe Linton, and Botman for the next one. Fight them, lads. Sammy with a super chat saying, can we say this is a test for the final? Well, I'll tell you something. If we get a result with the team out tonight, Alex, that'll put little doubts in their head, given the players we've still got to come back.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. If we can rattle them with a B team, well, you say B team, okay, we've got Bruno and Tonali and Gordon in, but with a lot of the big hitters missing, it's effectively a spine of important players in Isak, Joe Linton, and Botman. And then, there's an argument to be made about goalkeeper. There's arguments to be made about Trippier, although I think he's had wobbly games. Tino's had wobbly games. That one's up for debate. Yeah, if we can get anything off of them tonight, or even not necessarily even getting points, but if we can really rattle them, then yeah, it definitely might give us a good, I'd say advantage, not advantage. I think it's too far away. It doesn't really matter. But this is not at least going to show our hand, because I think the final is going to be very different to whatever happens tonight.
Absolutely. Graham Ritchie says, I would like to see Asula on at some point to cause havoc. Michael McIntyre. Hi all. Trampled underfoot tonight. Toon. Trolls has gifted a Toon review membership. Thank you, Trolls. Jamie Toon Till I Die has been a member for 5 months on the channel, and he says, is Eddie playing a tactical game before the final? I wouldn't have thought so, because he said last week in his press conference how important the Premier League is. And don't forget, we still want a challenge for the European, the Champions League. We want a challenge for those places this season. So he's not going to take the Premier League lightly. So I think if he's playing tactical mind games with this, I think it's a very risky thing to do. I generally think he'd be gutted that Isak can't play tonight, because he would have wanted Isak up front. C15 Rise, great commentary as usual. Thank you very much, matey. Much appreciated. How do you think, or how do you want Newcastle to start the game, Alex?
I mean, that's a tough one. I'd love us to come out and be quite aggressive, but Callum Wilson concerns me. Potentially, we're going to drop into our 4-5-1. I'd like to see a bit of aggression and some reasonable pressing, but I think we're going to need some changes in the second half to maintain that. Just based on Callum Wilson being Callum Wilson, we've got Harvey Barnes and Will Osula in the bench, so we can mix it up to a degree. I'd like to see Will Osula more than Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, I think, has still got a big point to prove, because he's nowhere near even looking like he's a starter for us. He's not even close. So he needs to try and impress if he gets any minutes today. Yeah, I'd like us to press when appropriate and drop into that correct shape when necessary. Nice and switched on. Make sure there's no space. You're not getting tricked with 1-2 passes. Everybody needs to pay attention. No silly fouls when it's not necessary. Bruno specifically, there's no need for you to randomly just go in and get a yellow for no reason. And hopefully Wilson's legs sort of keep for about 60 minutes. That would be nice.
Rohan 22 with a super chat saying solid 2-1 win to us. And Alexander Allard says now would be the time to try a new formation. Well, I'm not so sure about a new formation. Trying something new against Liverpool might not be the best thing to do, given how when we change formations or try something new, it takes a while for us to get going. And I don't think we would get that opportunity to have that time tonight to get going and establish these positions. But look, we've just got to do our best. And like I say, I want to see a fight from us tonight. I want to see them fighting for the badge, fighting for the club, fighting for those travelling fans. Don't go down with a whimper, because, there'll be hell on if we go down with a whimper again. Players will get criticised. We don't want that. We want to at least say that they've given Liverpool a game, Alex, and Liverpool come off the pitch knowing that they've been in a game, not a stroll in the park training session like it was at the Eddie Howe for Man City.
It's just the Scouse Land Arena, guys. It's not that scary. Speakers under the seats. We don't care. We don't care.
You seem fascinated by that, Alex.
Where's your famous atmosphere? It's fine. They've got a big season. They've got a big season. They will falter. They will make mistakes this year. let's just hope that we can try and make ourselves be one of those bumps in the road for them, because we need it to be, because they've gone on huge win streaks. They're a good team, but they've got two, in my opinion, fullbacks that we can have a go at. And if we can just have a really good defensive display, we might be able to get something from this, because you've got to back our front three to get something. I said to some colleagues at work today that if Isak is playing, I would back us to get about 2 goals if we can get them firing. Without Isak, maybe the one, I'd back us for 1 at least. So if we can maybe supersede that and maybe be just defensively sound, you never ever know. There is the possibility, but we need to play this near perfect.
Yeah. C15 writes, but why will there be hell on? It's Liverpool at the end of the day. The quality difference is massive, especially in defence. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I don't mind losing the game. I don't mind losing the game, but it's if they go down like they did in Manchester City the other week with a whimper. No effort. Complete lack of effort. Complete lack of belief. Go out there and fight. Even if we do lose the game, put in a performance so we can say, yeah, we lost the game, but we're proud of the lads. They gave it everything they had, because they certainly didn't do that against Manchester City. That's the point that I'm trying to make. We don't want to be embarrassed. And there is players in that Newcastle United side who want to have the aspirations of Champions League. Well, this is the opportunity to go and prove that you're Champions League players, that you can compete with the best, because we are playing the best tonight, but we have to compete, and that's what I want to see. Just compete. Anyway, Alex, the teams are out, so we'll let you go, and we'll see you back at full time, my friend. Sorry, half time.
I will see you at half time. Fingers crossed, we are still in the game, hopefully even leading.
Absolutely. You never know, my friend. We'll see you later,
guys.
Just remember, guys, just a reminder again that I'm watching it through my usual provider, so it's not TNT, but please, if you do want to be in sync with me, then just pause your TV just as you go to kick off. I'll then tell you when I'm underway on mine, and then we can all be in sync for the rest of the night. Like I say, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but please, if you're ahead of us, do not put spoilers in the chat. Everyone is a subscriber on this channel. Please have respect for everybody watching. They might not be able to watch the game live. They might be just listening to the commentary or watching the YouTube show. Please have respect for them. No spoilers in the chat, please. Wait until I've commentated on it, and then we can all discuss it in the chat. So thank you very much for that at the start. Calvin says only just joined, so not sure if this has been said, but I'd have gone with Asula over Wilson. Gordon, Asula, and Murphy on the counter. We have a free hit in this one anyway. I don't like saying free hit. I don't want a free hit. We want to be one of the big boys, and we're playing one of the big boys tonight. So let's not class it as a free hit. Let's go and win the game, or at least try and win the game. If we don't, we don't. But let's just try. Gary Clark says Liverpool is all wet, as is their media. Yeah, don't get me started on that. Yeah, it's absolutely bucketing down at Anfield. So that'll make the surface nice and slick. Newcastle are in their huddle, ready to go. And hopefully they are massively fired up for this one, given that people will be looking at them after that second half performance against Forest and looking for a bounce back. Of course, Arne Slot is not on the bench tonight for Liverpool. He is in the stands and looking pretty miserable about it as well. But there is Eddie Howe looking at the floor, looking very passive. I believe You'll Never Walk Alone is playing right now. That's when Anfield seems to be at its loudest, and then it will go quiet 5 minutes into the game, as it normally does. No other changes in the Premier League scores, by the way. Man United still 2-1 ahead against Ipswich, and Man City leading at Tottenham. We are almost ready for the off. Liverpool will kick off, and they'll be attacking the Newcastle fans in the first half. Lots of rain on the cameras here. But we are ready to start. Just waiting for the referee's go ahead. And we will be underway at Anfield. Referee blows his whistle. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Liverpool versus Newcastle United. Live commentary from the Toon Review YouTube channel. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. If you are new to the channel, don't forget, please do subscribe and be part of this amazing community as we want to head towards 36,500 subscribers tonight. Please do hit the subscribe button. Long ball from Nick Pope early doors, which is to absolutely nobody but his opposite goalkeeper, Alisson. The rain is absolutely pummeling down at Anfield. Of course, the northwest, it does rain a lot. Van Dijk is on the ball now for Liverpool. Newcastle just sitting back off them a little bit. Szoboszlai now turns. Good work that by Joe Willock to win it back. Tonali wins a throw-in off Szoboszlai. Newcastle have a throw-in. Lewis Hall will take. And it's a very, very big night for Lewis Hall, of course, going against Mo Salah. This will kind of give us an indication of where Lewis Hall is in his building of a career. And he's got the throw-in all wrong there, trying to set Anthony Gordon away, but it was an overthrow. Tsimikas now, good closing down by Jacob Murphy. He wins it back. Murphy, and that's a throw to... Well, he's giving it to Liverpool. I think that's a bit harsh. As the cameras pan in on the injured Alexander Isak. Of course they will. They'll keep doing that, saying, oh, will he be on the other side of the benches in next season? All this kind of garbage. That's hopefully why you listen to our commentary and not the telly. Dan Burn nips it across to Fabian Schär now. Schär goes long, looking for, well, I don't know who he's looking for. It's a poor ball, and it's back with Alisson again. Kaiser, thank you for your super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. And Liverpool play it out from the back. Konate now. Gravenberch just in front of him, but good covering by Newcastle United. Not a lot of options here for Liverpool, but a very slow start to this game. Not the kind of pulsating speed that we were maybe expecting here, but it is Liverpool with all the possession. Konate, again, brings it forward, but Newcastle just sitting back off them a little bit, but in a good way, not allowing any space for the forward players. As Van Dijk rattled early doors by Wilson, that's what we want to see. Get into him. But that's a good ball. And Liverpool break forward now with McAllister. Sorry, Jota. This is dangerous for Newcastle. Outside now again to Mo Salah. 2 up on him. Little 1-2. Salah into the box. He goes down looking for a penalty, but I think it was a free kick the other way. Liverpool are furious. But Salah did drag back. I think it was Lewis Hall he dragged back. Salah went down looking for the penalty, but it was already a foul on Lewis Hall. He was seeing it again. Oh, well, Lewis Hall went down. I'm not sure there was much contact from Mo Salah. That looks very, very dodgy to me. That could be a penalty, that, you know. I'm very surprised that's not getting overturned because Lewis Hall, for me, he lost his balance there. When I've seen it on the replay, he seemed to lose his balance completely. And then Salah goes down under the challenge. Ipswich have equalised at Manchester United. And Manchester United have had a player sent off. Dorgu has been sent off just before half-time. They're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. But Ipswich have equalised. So lots of goals at Old Trafford tonight. Lewis Hall with a throw. Tonali. But we lose out. And now here come Liverpool again with Salah. Bursting, crossing the field through the centre circle. Plays it in. That's a great ball looking for Diaz, but great defending. I think it was Livramento just got back and got a toe on it and managed to get it back to Pope. And now it's Joe Willock crossing the halfway line for Newcastle down the left. Wilson's ahead of him, but he's offside. He's got to be careful there, Callum Wilson. And that kind of runs Willock into trouble. And it goes out for a Liverpool throw. And again, Joe Willock saying, well, Callum, you ran offside. You were miles offside. He couldn't play it to him. And that's a bit careless from Wilson because he was right on the line. He should have seen that. Oh, nice touch by Jota. Sends Salah away. And now Jota again. Liverpool coming forward. But that pass is slightly behind Diaz, but he'll keep the ball in on this near side. Diaz. Tsimikas plays a nice bit of football by Liverpool. Gravenberch. And now Konate. Back to Gravenberch again. Played out to this near side again for Luis Diaz. He now runs at Livramento. Cuts back on his right. Nowhere for him to go. McAllister. Good pressing again by Bruno. Forcing him back to Konate. Now Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool just knocking it around here in the Newcastle half, but not getting anywhere at the minute. But here's Diaz. Tsimikas makes a run outside of him. Diaz inside. Little touch by McAllister, and now Van Dijk. Maud, thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for the broadcast. You're very welcome, my friend. Van Dijk now. Inside to Konate, just inside the centre circle in the Newcastle half. Newcastle remain disciplined with a defensive shape. Tsimikas again. Back to Van Dijk. Patient stuff from Liverpool. Trent gives it now to Salah. Salah wants to have a run at Lewis Hall, but Willock comes back to help out as well. Alexander-Arnold again. Floats one wide looking for Tsimikas. It's a good ball. He brings it down for Diaz. Diaz now. No option around Murphy. Good defending again from Newcastle. Isak's not on the bench, Chris. Thanks for your super chat. Isak's got a groin problem and is not even in the squad tonight. He's there, but he's not a substitute. He's out altogether. Here's Alexander-Arnold again. Quick ball through to Gravenberch. Back to Szoboszlai now. Szoboszlai turns outside of the boot to Van Dijk. Liverpool build again. Tsimikas trying to play it down the line for Diaz, but great defending by Livramento. And then a sliding tackle out for a Liverpool throw-in. Well, it's going the way we thought in these early minutes of the game as we just look at this Salah incident again. Well, yeah, the Salah sort of runs into Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall then sort of is off balance. Salah goes down over the challenge from Lewis Hall. I think we're quite lucky there, guys. If I'm being brutally honest, that was close to being a penalty because Lewis Hall lost his footing. And then he brought Salah down. I don't think that was a dive from Salah. I think that was, Status says Wilson offside for a whole attack. Share spun in midfield, pack it in. Yeah, I was fuming with Callum Wilson there. And rightly so, Willock had a go at him as well because there was no need for Wilson to be that far offside and then plays Willock into trouble where he has three men on him and it goes out for he loses the ball. I mean, it's really poor that because it gave Joe Willock no option at all. And Liverpool coming back again now. Salah. Good block again, this time by Lewis Hall once again. Out for a throw into Liverpool. Salah. Gravenberch. Konate now. Just on the halfway line for Liverpool. Across to Virgil van Dijk. Again, patient build up for Liverpool, looking for that killer pass. But at the moment, it's not there. And Newcastle defending pretty well so far. Here's Trent. Back to Konate again. And that's a good block there by Callum Wilson this time. But it comes straight back to Trent. Nice ball into McAllister, but he's way too slow on the ball. But as usual, the challenge goes straight back to a red shirt. Salah. Now Trent again. Again, a nice little ball in. Good tackle again. Really good tackle from Bruno, but then a terrible pass out. But then we win it back with Tonali, and Tonali breaks over the halfway line for Newcastle. We have men up here, and one of them is Murphy. It's a poor effort from Murphy. But you know what? I think Callum Wilson was miles offside again there. I think, to be fair, Murphy went across that ball, but I think he just slipped on the surface, to be fair to him. Nice ball by Tonali, played him in. But look at Wilson. He's miles offside again. He's looking right across the line, and then he has the audacity to look at Murphy. I mean, Murphy lost his left foot and sort of sliced at the ball, but that side angle just showed Callum Wilson mile offside again. So it doesn't matter if Murphy had found him with a perfect pass. He was offside. Careless again. He is Murphy, though, for Newcastle. Livramento wide of him. Livramento, nothing much ahead of him. Lays it back to Tonali. Nice first touch, but a terrible second as he tries to play it down the line for Murphy, but way overhits the ball, and it's out for another goal kick to Liverpool. But promising couple of moments for Newcastle there. As Eddie is scrambling, writing down in his notebook. C15 Rice says he was offside, but still, why mention that? Murphy didn't try and shoot. What game are you watching? It's clear that he looked up to try and cross it to Wilson, lost his footing, and the ball, it wasn't a shot at all. Not from that angle. Dear God. I'm sorry, but I'm going to call him out if he's going to play like that and not give our players a chance because he's standing in offside positions. That's a good ball from Bruno. Finds Livramento. He finds Murphy. Nice bit of play again from Newcastle. Murphy. Livramento is steaming ahead of him. Murphy doesn't use him. Into the box now for Murphy. Tries to get the cross in. Low ball in, but unfortunately, Liverpool defend it and come away with the ball. McAllister now for Liverpool. Jota breaking forward and now lays it to Luis Diaz. And it's Fabian Schär now in the right back position. Diaz running at him. Diaz for Liverpool. Pulls it back. And it's how has that gone in from there? Nick Pope, fuck off. Please do fuck off. How is Nick Pope beaten from there? That shot was hardly hit by Szoboszlai. And it ends up in the back of the net. What the Christ in hell were we doing there? Oh my God. Oh my actual God. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I really don't understand what I've just seen there, folks. Just so slow. The defenders, I mean, nobody picked Szoboszlai up for a start. Not one of them picked Szoboszlai up. Criminal from Newcastle. Dan Burn is furious, rightly so. Oh, it's absolute shocking, man. It's absolute shocking. Nobody can be pleased with that. Nobody. I mean, the fact is how slow our goalkeeper was to get out of that. I mean, it's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And yeah, the defending was poor. Nick Pope, but the shot, I mean, it was like a pass. It wasn't even a shot. Anyway, Newcastle trying to respond here now with Callum Wilson into the box. Wilson running the Canate. Turns. Murphy is making good ground up here. Murphy's first time ball into the box wasn't great, and Van Dijk hammers it into the stands, and Liverpool survive. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Here come Newcastle again, though. Gordon down the left-hand side. Anthony Gordon now. Just double deflection. Came back off Canate, off Gordon, and out for a goal kick to Liverpool. But that was better from Anthony Gordon. That's what we want to see. What a kick in the teeth that is, man. What a kick in the teeth. I mean, I'm sorry, but how anybody didn't think Nick Pope should have saved that, you're looking at the wrong game. Yes, the defending was shocking because nobody picked Szoboszlai up, but it was literally a back pass. Literally a back pass. Unreal. Unreal. But now we are up against it. And we have to settle back into it. Mark Mullins, I'm sorry, but Pope should have had that. He's slow getting down. What the fuck is he in goal? It's bullshit. Why on earth has he took Dubs out? It's crazy. Well, yeah, as Liverpool threaten again here into the penalty box, but good defending. Tsimikas does well. Great work by Wilson there to knock Gravenberg off the ball. Now Livramento inside. Nice little touch from Anthony Gordon to Wilson. Dan Burn now. Newcastle coming forward with Lewis Hall down the left-hand side. Willock ahead of him. Willock now on the ball. A little bit of space for him to find a pass. Gets it from Tonali. Tonali now. Back to Willock. Willock. And it's back with Dan Burn now, but it was a poor pass by Willock. Sent Dan Burn all the way back. Half times in the Premier League. Brentford lead Everton by 1-0. Visser 4 minutes into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Manchester United 2, Ipswich 2, of course. Dorgu sent off for Manchester United as well. Forest 0, Arsenal 0, and Tottenham 0, Man City 1 are your halftime scores in the other Premier League games. Here, we're coming up to 15 minutes gone. Liverpool lead by 1-0. Szoboszlai, just a shit show defending again from Newcastle, I'm afraid. But here's McAllister now for Liverpool. Brings it over halfway. Back to Gravenberg. Back to McAllister. Now they're just playing a little one-touch football with each other. And Trent now sends the ball down for Salah. Alexander-Arnold again. Liverpool again start this patient build-up. Van Dijk. Alexander-Arnold says Pope just played his last game and Schär benched. Well, look, we've said that a million times. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I'm really surprised that anybody cannot look at that from Pope and say that yeah, the defenders let him down by not picking Szoboszlai up, but Szoboszlai completely mishit the shot, and it was like a little back pass. How that's gone past him, I will never know. Never know. And it's put us against the ropes again. But, we've said this for a lot of the season. We do, defensively, we switch off at times, which is absolutely bizarre. Van Dijk now to Canate. Peter Merrifield says, evening, Paul, with Pope in goal. This will be a cricket score against us. Well, the first 15, it's been all Liverpool. It has. I mean, we've had a couple of ventures into their box. We've not laid a glove on them sort of chance-wise, but here's Tsimikas now for Liverpool. To McAllister, just outside the penalty area. Rolls it back to Van Dijk again. And now McAllister. Liverpool, plenty players forward. And here's Gravenberch trying to force his way through. That's Fabian Schär with a clearance. Good headed down that by Tonali. Wilson does absolutely nothing with it. But he's not giving up the chase. Good on him. He didn't give that one up and forced Alisson to make the pass. Van Dijk. Gravenberch turns. That's good challenge on him. Now Anthony Gordon breaks away for Newcastle. Callum Wilson is again there, but he's offside. He's through on goal. He's chipped it wide, but he's miles offside again. Why is Callum Wilson doing that? He's looking right across the line. I know he wants to play on the shoulder of Canate, but he's a yard offside. Wow. I mean, he's completely fluffed the finish as well, by the way. Tried to chip it over the goalkeeper, but didn't get that one right. Keith Truscott says, so what does Eddie see to put Pope on over Doob's? Absolute joke. Back pass goal right under his glove. Yeah. How did he miss that, said Looney Toon. Well, unfortunately, he was offside anyway. As Liverpool build against Tsimikas. Nice little 1-2 player from Diaz goes long looking for, well, it was looking for Salah, and he kind of mishit it, and it ends up at Trent's feet. Tonali battling him, pulls him back, free kick to Liverpool. Tonali not very happy with that decision, but accepts it and gets on with it. Tsimikas. And now Diaz with a bit of space at the byline. Across comes Murphy. Back to Tsimikas on the edge of the box. It's not a great cross by the left back. Well, that's a foul right away. As Gordon tries to break, Tsimikas took him out. Very surprised there was no yellow card from the referee there because Gordon was away. But we are at Anfield. Let's not forget that, guys. Here is Tonali. The referee not happy with the free kick, so we take it again. And Tonali plays a little 1-2 with Fabian Schär. So Schär has the ball now. Looking for a runner. Doesn't see one. Lays it to Livramento. Inside for Bruno. Bruno to Fabian Schär. Takes a touch and goes long. It's looking for Callum Wilson, but easily cut out there by Gravenberch and back to Alisson. And now Van Dijk. Liverpool have been very patient in this game with their attacking, and it's clear to see what Newcastle are trying to do. They're trying to hit Liverpool on the break. And a couple of times we have. I mean, we've had no end product, but we have hit them on the break. And that's a foul by Bruno. A little bit cynical from Bruno. It's his first of the game. And the referee wants to have a chat with the Newcastle captain here. I mean, Gravenberch turned him brilliantly there. It was a lovely turn. And he was away had Bruno not brought him down. So I think it definitely took one for the team there if it was a yellow card, but he's got away with it. And just a talking to from the referee. I don't think Liverpool were too happy with that, but play goes on. And Van Dijk has it now on the halfway line for the Reds. Checks back, lays it across to Alexander-Arnold. Again, looking for those runners, looking for a quick pass, a through ball, and he's clipped it over the top of Lewis Hall for Salah, but Lewis Hall does very, very well and eventually wins the goal kick for Newcastle. Brilliant defending from the youngster there. He wasn't taking any crap from Mo Salah, won the ball and then managed to play it off Szoboszlai out for the goal kick to Newcastle. Excellent defending from Lewis Hall. And how many times is the camera going to pan on Arnie Slot? Yes, he's suspended. He's got a touchline ban. Deal with it, man. Honestly, these TV companies, why the hell do we care about what Arnie Slot is looking at on the pitch? He's watching the game. We don't want to watch him watch the game. We want to see what's happening on the pitch, for Christ's sake. Dear me. Anyway, Bruno now for Newcastle. He's taken down. Strong challenge by the Argentinian, Alexis McAllister. And Newcastle will have an opportunity here to send it towards the penalty area. Lewis Hall will take it. I mean, I think Liverpool, would probably feel a little disappointed they haven't created a bit more, given the possession they've had. But, we've done all right. Dan Burn in there causing problems, but this is where Liverpool could hit us and hit us hard. Diaz on the break. It's a 3-on-1 at the moment. Diaz, and now it's Jota. Jota pulls it, looking for Salah. And why didn't he shoot? The pass wasn't on, but it is that man again, Lewis Hall, saving the day for Newcastle. A brilliant, brilliant block from the cross from Jota, looking for Salah for the tap-in. But Lewis Hall does extremely well. Brilliant from the kid. Brilliant. That's not brilliant, though. And now Liverpool have it back again with McAllister in the middle of the park. Back to Virgil van Dijk. And again, Liverpool just starting this patient build-up like they have all games so far. Kanate. And Van Dijk again. This time goes left for Luis Diaz. Inside. And Newcastle chomping at the bit there. And Murphy wins a header. And the offside flag's up. So I think Newcastle got a free kick out of that, have they? No. Throw into Liverpool. I thought they'd given a free kick there. Well, 22 gone, guys. 1-0 to Liverpool. And again, we let ourselves down. Very poor defending and even worse goalkeeping. And we find ourselves 1-0 down. As Liverpool try and play out from the back here. Bruno pressing on Kanate. But Kanate runs past Bruno like he's not even there. Kanate for a centre-half, diving into the middle of the pitch. Nice play by Liverpool, but it just hits the back of Jota's heels. And now Fabian Schär falls asleep and loses the ball. And here come Liverpool again with Shimikas. Now Diaz inside for McAllister. McAllister within shooting range. It's a good block by Bruno. But I was staggered how Kanate just glided past Bruno there. Great pace from the centre-half. McAllister again for Liverpool. Inside for Gravenberch. Salah again with his arm in the air, ready to make that dart and run like he normally does for Liverpool. Van Dijk to Gravenberch. Being forced back. Good pressing by Newcastle. McAllister. And now Szoboszlai. McAllister. Gravenberch. Liverpool knocking the ball around very quickly here. But now Salah wants to have a run at Lewis Hall. And he's got round him. Into the box goes Salah. But Willock did well coming back to help out. And eventually Lewis Hall is there as well to sort out the problems and get it clear for Newcastle. All sorts going on there in the penalty area. But great play again. I mean, Willock this time helping out Lewis Hall, by the way. So very well played. And now Newcastle on the attack with Willock into the Liverpool half. Willock plays it out left for Lewis Hall. Now Willock again. Just outside the penalty area on the far side. Hall spins. Bruno now. But we're being forced back here. Bruno, nice ball that to Fabian Schär just over the halfway line. Schär slows it down, looking for players to become available. Livramento is one of them. But we're going backwards again here, guys. We're back in our own half with Schär. Now, good work there by Anthony Gordon, looking for the ball on this near side now. Murphy, nice, gets around Diaz, into Bruno. Bruno, back to Schär. Newcastle trying to keep a bit of possession here and just maybe create that opportunity. Schär. Nice touch by Livramento, and Gordon is in a yard of space here. Into the penalty area goes Gordon, and it's not a great ball across. I think Murphy was trying to get on the end of it. And Fabian Schär's got to be careful here. Oh, Jota's done really well and was through on goal, and the referee's blown a free kick. Fabian Schär penalised, but Jota was through on goal. I can't believe he hasn't played an advantage there, the referee. We really got away with that there. He was taking forever. Then Jota nutmegs Burn and is away. But he blows up. Oh, dear me. I mean, Fabian Schär, he's just blocking off Jota, then lets him go. Jesus. Kind of got away with that there, without a shadow of a doubt. But here's Van Dijk for Liverpool. Long ball towards Mo Salah. Hall is there again. Great defending by Lewis Hall. Tonali showing great strength against Szoboszlai as well. And we win the free kick. Great player from Newcastle United. Tonali and Lewis Hall there. Now Willock wants to have a run at Trent. And does have a run at Trent. Skips by him brilliantly. And Alexander-Arnold made the ground up, though, to get a foot in and send it for a throw into Newcastle. Anthony Gordon to Lewis Hall now. Hall. And it's a foul throw from Anthony Gordon. That's poor. Oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear. But you know what? The heads haven't dropped here, guys. That's the good thing. Since that goal went in, we haven't dropped our heads, and we are still trying to play a bit of football here. Good run by Joe Willock. Alexander-Arnold just getting a toe on it to send it out for a throw-in. Bruno now in the middle of the park. Skips away brilliantly from Jota. Bruno looking for somebody to make a run. Murphy now. Murphy is brought down. No free kick, but it's come to Gordon. Now Willock into the box. Willock back to Tonali. Just getting crowded out a little bit here. Willock. Try and put a cross in. We've got Callum Wilson. Put a ball in. You know, we can't really do this little one-touch thing around the penalty area without getting anywhere. It's Liverpool. Just put the ball in the box. Murphy. Nice little 1-2 with Bruno. Murphy now. He will put the ball in. Van Dijk, not a great touch from him. Comes back to Bruno. Bruno tries to play it through for Willock, but just intercepted by Szoboszlai. And now Liverpool break again, but it's hit the back of Diaz's heels. And Tonali gets it back. Tonali now. Again, a lot of red shirts in front of him, but finds Livramento. He has Murphy wide. Murphy now. Looking for somebody to make themselves available. Tonali, Bruno. And again, we have to go backwards to start again. Schär back to Burn. And now out to Lewis Hall on the halfway line on the far side. Willock. Willock has Gordon ahead of him. Nice little ball down the line. Gordon will keep it in. Gordon pulls it back to Willock. Nice football this from Newcastle. And Hall just couldn't hang on to the ball there. Now Liverpool break again. Jota clattered again by Fabian Schär. And we win the ball this time. Good challenge that by Schär. He had to make it because if he didn't, Liverpool were in there again. He risked the yellow card, but he got the ball. Hall now. Ball towards Willock. He let it go looking for Wilson, but unfortunately, Kanate saw that. Szoboszlai now. Back to Trent. It's a wayward ball by Alexander-Arnold, but Livramento's got himself in a tangle there. Diaz has done brilliantly to get away. Livramento is still all over him, but Diaz, that's great strength by Diaz. He's got all the way at the byline. Back to Tsimikas now on his right foot, and it's blasted way off target. But again, just Diaz bursting through there, and we just couldn't knock him off the ball. Like a real steam train going through. I thought there was a handball by Diaz there, but he got away with it. Livramento all over him, but he managed to get to the byline. Little back heel for Tsimikas. Cuts it back on his right, completely slices it, and it's out for a goal kick. Tug Wilson says, tippy-tappy in the box, have a shot. Yeah, I think we should. Get more crosses in. You know, there's times Willock's cut back on his right and we've gone backwards. Wilson will thrive on, we know what he's like, running, cutting across defenders, trying to get a header in. Just try a couple of those. Because we're not getting Wilson in the game if we're not doing that. You know, there's strong points to Wilson's game. And he maybe doesn't have the pace like he used to run the channels, but put crosses in, he'll try and get on the end of them. Byrne launches it forward, and Wilson's got away. Callum Wilson into the box. Wilson! He's put it wide. What an opportunity for Callum Wilson to equalise. That is a woeful finish from Callum Wilson. I'm sorry, but he's clean through. He's onside, and he's tried to sort of bend it around Alisson, but that's a terrible shot from Wilson. Took it on the half volley, sliced it, and it's gone miles off target. And, well, Jesus. Opportunities are going awry here for us, guys. We've seen this many times this season when we've missed opportunities and we've been made to pay. But I tell you what, Liverpool are giving us chances. Tonali wins it back now. Murphy, little flick to Gordon. Gordon tries to play Wilson in again. All over the back of Konate and Van Dijk. But the referee's given a free kick to Liverpool. A foul by Callum Wilson, of course. Well, you do tend to think if that was Isak through, but we know that Isak's missed plenty one-on-ones this season as well, hasn't he? Liverpool have a free kick in their D on the edge of the box. Shimikas now. Back to Alisson. But I tell you what, we're nearly 32 minutes into this game, and I tell you, we haven't done badly, guys. We haven't done badly at all. They're showing plenty of fight tonight, which is what we wanted to see. Just a real horrific goal for Liverpool, for us to give to Liverpool. But we're doing all right. Lewis Hall now plays the ball over the top again, this time looking for Gordon, but Alisson is very quick off his line there to the edge of the box to clear it. And he had to be because Anthony Gordon was on it in a shot there. Please do keep subscribing to the channel, guys. If you're new to the Toon Review, bottom right-hand corner, we're trying to get towards 36,500 still. So please do subscribe if you are new to the channel and you like what you see. Be part of this wonderful, upgrown channel. Fantastic community. As Will, it gives away a free kick. Don't forget to hit the like as well if you're enjoying the commentary, guys. Thank you very much. I was Eddie Howe having a chat with the fourth official. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe he's asking the fourth official, why have I picked Nick Pope? To be fair, Liverpool, they've had that one shot on goal, and that's all they've had in the 33 minutes we played is the one shot on goal, and it's gone in. For all the possession and breaking forward Liverpool have had, it's one shot on goal. And it's, they've scored. 100% record. Tsimikas now for Diaz. Back to Tsimikas. Van Dijk. To Tsimikas. Luis Diaz. Inside for Gravenberch. Diaz, Gravenberch. Lovely close control. Slides away from Livramento, but Tino is there. Tonali is there. Now Tino. Good ball through to Bruno. And Newcastle break forward again. That's great strength from Bruno getting away from McAllister. Down the line. Here's Anthony Gordon now on this near side. Van Dijk comes to him. Gordon still. Good trickery by Gordon. Gets it to Murphy. Murphy to Bruno. And Bruno couldn't find Livramento. And Gravenberch has it. Fires a ball over the top. Looking for Salah. Nick Pope is out there. Oh, he's playing it straight to Salah. And it runs out of play. We are mightily lucky there. Fuck off, man, Nick Pope. What are you doing? Dear me, how, man. Do you know, he's trying to play the ball to Lewis Hall. And it's just a terrible pass. Salah blocks it. And very fortunately for us, it runs out for a goal kick. Christ. Oh, scratch my back with a hacksaw. Unbelievable. Liverpool coming back again. Diaz will keep it in on this near side. Goes against Livramento. Tino does well this time. Back to Cher. Cher again, though. And that's out to play for a Newcastle throw. I tell you what, it's heart in the mouth stuff. It really is when he's got the ball at his feet. It's heart in the mouth stuff. I mean, the thing is, if the ball's not on for Nick Pope, just put it out to play. You know, you've done well by coming out and sweeping up. But if there's no pass on, just clear that ball into the stands. Don't take a risk like that. Willock again forcing Alexander Arnold to put the ball out, but it's a throw in our own half. Hall, and he's lost out. And we're in trouble here. Jota, Liverpool piling players forward. Jota into the box. Szoboszlai just wide. And that wasn't far away. Curled from the edge of the box by Szoboszlai. That could have been in the back of the net. And that could have been 2-0. Curls away from the goalkeeper. Nick Pope's completely beaten. And my God, that doesn't miss by much. Doesn't miss by much. Super chat from KK Cheer. So shocking Pope didn't manage to save that. Oh. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Manchester United 3-2 up now against Ipswich, by the way. Harry Maguire, a couple of minutes after half-time. Despite being at 10 men, Manchester United have retaken the lead in that one. All the other scores are the same. No change in any of them. Liverpool have a throw now with Trent. Salah, nicely done by Salah, gets away from Hall and gets away from Bruno and then runs into trouble. Bruno manages to get back and win the ball. Here's Willock. 2 Liverpool players right on top of him straight away. Willock runs it out to play. And that's a throw into Liverpool. Canate now. Sorry, it's Gravenberch. Just brings it over the halfway line. McAllister almost played a lovely ball through to Salah. Well read by Big Dan Burn there. And now Bruno back to Cher. Cher with a bit of time. There's a pass through for Tonali. Tonali nicely done to Livramento. Livramento back to Fabian Cher. Well, he had a chance to bring it forward there. We've seen that a few times from Tino. But we build again. Bruno into Liverpool's half. Sends a brilliant ball across to Lewis Hall, but his control lets him down. And Trent puts it into the stands. Don't think he needed to do that there because Lewis Hall had completely lost control of the ball. 4 attempts on goal for Liverpool with only the one on target, which is, of course, the goal. We've had 1 attempt, but unfortunately for us, it was miles wide from Callum Wilson. As Gravenberch holds Wilson off, and it's a Liverpool throw-in. I'm sure Liverpool would probably be expecting to be a couple more goals ahead due to all the possession they've had, but I think we've done well. I think we've really battled in this game. We're giving Liverpool a game, which is all we can ask for. And they're working their asses off Newcastle here. And, you know, we've had some breaks forward. No, we haven't had any success in the final third yet. But I'll tell you what, they are giving it a go. But, again, you have to question why Nick Pope is in goal. And I'll reiterate this. Nick Pope was out of form before he got injured. He was making mistakes. And I don't know. But anyway, Tsimikas breaking forward over the halfway line for Liverpool. Up to Diaz now. Diaz trying to spin away from Tonali and does. Diaz. Here's Salah. Curled in by Salah. Now over the top of the bar. So again, Liverpool knocking on the door. But again, it isn't a shot on target for them. I mean, I do think Liverpool are there to be got at, guys. I honestly do think there could be a goal in this for us. You know, we are looking dangerous going forward, but the problem is the finishing ain't been good today. And Nick Pope this time decides he's going to kick the ball long. Still Liverpool lead by 1-0. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner, if you're new and you like what you see. We have all live commentary of all Newcastle games, live shows most days a week, previews, reviews, news shows, ladies shows. We've got it all. Szoboszlai now for Liverpool on the far side. Gravenberch across to Van Dijk. He brings it forward again. McAllister. Back to Canate. And now again with Gravenberch. As Liverpool try and knock it around quick, try to create a little bit of space for themselves. But Newcastle, to be fair, staying in that disciplined formation. It's actually a 4-4-2 formation we're defending in. Normally a 4-5-1, of course. Diaz That looked like a handball there by Jota, but it wasn't. And now Livramento tries to get away from Diaz, and Livramento wins the free kick. Very well played, Tino. And Liverpool crying again because they thought it should have gone their way. Ike for PM, thank you for your super chat. Doobs for Pope and Isak Wilson, and we're 1-up. Yeah, we should have scored. I mean that break for Wilson, but we've seen him score those goals before, haven't we? And just unfortunate, really. But we've said it for so long now that simple little mistakes will cost us, even when we're doing well and we're battling. And this is a battling first half performance. Second half is going to be interesting to see how we do going the other way, given the second half on Sunday. But so far, we've given Liverpool a game here. But it's been a silly mistake, a silly little error. And Burn has rammed into Van Dijk. Burn is trying to offer his hand. And to be fair, Van Dijk does eventually take Burn's hand and stands up. Burn jumped very early for that header. Completely mistimed it, I think. And then ran through the back of Virgil van Dijk. But I don't feel sorry for Van Dijk, because I think he's a little shit. But they do have a free kick. I mean, look where they're taking that free kick. That was not where the foul was, by the way. I mean, the foul was in the D of the box, and Van Dijk's taking it 10 yards further forward. Christ almighty. Great work again from Lewis Hall, denying Salah as Salah tries to get round him. He's had no joy out of Lewis Hall today at all. At all. And the time that he did get round Lewis Hall, Willock came back to defend. He's had no joy out of the youngster. Brilliant. Van Dijk again for Liverpool. Luis Diaz. Back to Virgil van Dijk. McAllister. Van Dijk. I'm not sure how Liverpool fans are feeling about this really slow build-up from Liverpool. They've been like this from the off, really. Alexander-Arnold scoops it out to Szoboszlai. Manages to keep it in play and gets a throw in off Tonali. I don't think we're going to see a lot of injury time, folks, because we ain't had any injuries. It's flown by this first half. Only the goal, which maybe is 30 seconds for, but certainly not much to be added on. We got 2 minutes left of the first half. And again, Liverpool just knocking it around the back, trying to make a break. And again, Gravenberch tries to bounce off Bruno. He doesn't. Great tackle by Bruno. Murphy, Tonali, Bruno. Fabian Schär launches one forward. Looking for Tino, but Van Dijk is there. Now Diaz. McAllister trying to spin away from Bruno. And the referee blows his whistle, and another free kick to Liverpool. I mean, every time we go in for these 50-50s, Liverpool are getting the decisions. I mean, Bruno's not even looking at McAllister, to be fair. McAllister just goes down. Well, Arne Slot still sitting up there in the gods, waiting to go down. He's certainly not making his way down yet. He probably wants to see the full half. Tsimikas. Van Dijk again in his own half. I think we need to press him a little bit more. We're giving him too much freedom on the ball, Van Dijk. He's just taking his time and knocking it around. As it comes off Murphy, that for another Liverpool throw in. Deep in Newcastle's half. Probably the last attack of the first half. If we can hang out here, hold on, and get the just go in 1-0 down, I think they'll be very pleased with the way the first half's gone, Newcastle. Apart from the mistake. And we forced Liverpool into one there, giving the ball away. Now Lewis Hall. Szoboszlai comes across to defend. Hall does really well. And it's still Lewis Hall. Cuts inside now. Hall looking for an outlet. Bruno back to Hall. Plays it all the way back to Fabian Schär. Kind of killed the move off, but we're still on the attack. Livramento to Bruno. Coming up to half-time. Bruno trying to hold on to the ball. Jota's all over him. Back to Fabian Schär. And now Gordon comes deep to get the ball. 1 minute of additional time left in the first half. 1 minute. I don't know where that minute's come from, by the way, but it's obviously for the goal celebrations. As Arnie Slot decides to make a move to the dressing room. Of course, the TV pays more attention to that. Here's Gordon. Murphy. 1-2 with Gordon. It's left Gordon with a lot to do there. Strong tackle comes in. Murphy takes the throw in, and now Fabian Schär. Schär to Tonali. 30 seconds of normal time of injury time left at the end of this first half. Schär thumps the ball towards Willock on the left-hand side. Alexander-Arnold's jumped and got nowhere near the ball, completely mistimed it. Willock into the box, trying to force his way through. It's bouncing around, and eventually Allison clears. But again, shocking defending from Trent. Just jumped into fresh air there, nowhere near the ball. Allowed Willock to go and head in on goal. Here's Bruno now. Can we get one last opportunity? No, we can't. It's half-time, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool. But I tell you what, we fought in that half. We kept going. We didn't let that disappointing goal put us down. We kept working, kept believing, and to be honest, we've done all right. I think we've done all right. One shot on goal for Liverpool. It just happens to have gone in the back of the net. And again, not great goalkeeping from Nick Pope, not great defending. Szoboszlai standing near the penalty spot, completely unmarked, but he mishit his shot. He mishit his shot. It was like a back pass, and somehow it beat Nick Pope. But I tell you what, we've done all right. Apart from that, I think we've competed really well. We probably should have been 1-1. Wilson threw, made a right hash of his goal. But tell you what, Liverpool, I think we've matched them in effort and belief. They haven't been able to get it going very much in that first half. Few breaks forward, but Lewis Hall has played really, really well. I think Dan Burns defended well. Willock's done well coming back and holding position for Lewis Hall. As I said, that one time that Hall did get beaten by Salah, Willock came back, made the interception, and cleared the ball, which is what we want to see from Joe Willock. But you know what? No complaints from me apart from the mistake and Callum Wilson's terrible miss. But you know what it is? Hopefully he'll get another one, and this time he'll smash the back of the net. We're still in this game, guys. We're still in it. And I tell you what, we may have been out of sight. Many people were predicting that when they saw the lineup, but it's not been the case. We've battled really well. We've kept in the game. We didn't lose our heads when we went 1-0 down. And, you know, if luck had been a little on our side, we might be 1-1. Agent text stream says 2 misses. Yeah, but the first one he was offside. When he went through and dinked it over Allison, he was offside. They pulled the player back for that. But I tell you what, it's a lot better than it could have been, folks. There's no doubt about that. It's a lot better than it could have been. We'll bring Stato in just a moment. Just run through a couple of super chats. Brian Amex has been a member for 37 months on the channel. This Quasi 442 has taken Gordon out of the game. I think it means crazy. And Keith Truscott with a super chat. When Liverpool have the ball, they've got all the time in the world. When we do, they're right on us. Wilson off being shite. Asula on. Interesting. Alex. Interesting first half, because I think we've done all right, apart from that absolutely horrendous mistake.
Well, I mean, I think it's what we said before kickoff. It's what we've been talking about the last few days. Fabian Schär and Nick Pope do not deserve to be in the starting 11. Both of them have had an extremely poor first half. Callum Wilson is, for me, surely Will Osula's got to be breathing down his neck at this point after his fantastic performances in the Cup and his energy levels to be able to execute our style of being intense. I think Gordon's had to come and do a lot of Wilson's work for him because he's physically inept.
Gordon's had to come back a long way to get the ball.
Because of Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
We're playing this way because of Callum Wilson. The link-up play, Willock is getting frustrated because he's trying to do 1-2s and runs. Wilson is so static that Wilson's got nobody to pass to. He can't initiate moves at the edge of Liverpool's box. We're actually I think we're getting in some quite good positions, but there's no movement. It's obviously we're spoilt with Alexander Isak, but this is so much different and it's poor. I think we've gotten in good enough positions and had enough opportunities to maybe even warrant a goal, especially with Wilson's chance. So I think Liverpool obviously deservedly in front. It was a poor situation to concede from. That there was nobody in the centre. Fabian Schär, Justin Akers just didn't know where he was going. Nobody paying attention. Nobody picking up the men. Just awful. But to be fair, we're still in this, and we've had a couple of opportunities. So we're still at a point where you never know. But to be honest,
you just never know.
I don't see us getting better. That's the problem. I don't know how we get better. I think we need Wilson off the pitch. We need more energy. I'm not sure Barnes is the answer. I'd like to see Will Osula come on personally.
Well, I have a feeling that he would bring Barnes on for Wilson and put Gordon up front. That's what I think he would do. Calvin with a super chat. Hall, take a bow, young man. Tommy O with a super chat saying Hall's agent is smiling from ear to ear with his consistent defending, especially versus big name players. Nick Thornton says being handicapped by our own manager's decisions. Lewis Hall, Alex. I mean, we're running out of superlatives for this kid. He's done so well, and Salah. To be fair, the one time that he did get round Lewis Hall, Willock did well to come back and defend and block the effort.
Yeah, I think a lot of the lads have been real like the left-hand side have been pretty decent. Gordon obviously has been floating in a few places, generally behind Wilson, and he's gone right, he's gone left. But Willock's been okay. I think he's fallen over his own feet a few times because he's just got no other options. He's got to try and take 3 on his own.
Yeah,
it's just not great. I'm being told to call Burn out as well. No, mate, because I don't think Burn is what Burn is, but Burn's not making a ton of mistakes. I'm not going to criticize Dan Burn for not having the technical ability of Sven Botman. Burn is playing within his capabilities. Fabian Schär is not. He is making mistakes. He is being lazy, and he's wandering around out of position. His defensive tracking is poor, and he's just like a lost ship at sea for me when he's trying to find a position. And then Sandro and Bruno are trying to pick people up.
The long balls that Schär's trying, none of them are coming off.
Yeah, those are definitely nowhere near where they used to be. Not even compared to last year. The long balls have dropped off a cliff as well. No, I don't think Burn's been poor. I think that's harsh. I think Burn has been Burn. He is what he is. Botman is going to be the number one in that position, but Burn has done nothing majorly wrong for me. He has his limitations technically, but it's been Fabian Schär that's been a problem defensively. He had a go at a couple of players playing him the ball. Well, don't show for the ball then, Fabian, mate. If you're going to whinge, just honestly, go sit on the bench. He showed for the ball twice and complained when he got tackled. Honestly, bore off. He's doing my head in with his... Don't show for the ball from your 21-year-old fullback if you're going to lose your head when you can't retain it. What are you showing for it for then? It's ridiculous. Yeah. Get rid. He honestly... Emil Kraft needs to come on because Fabian Schär has lost his head. Wilson is... I guess he's rusty. Fine if we're really generous, but I want Will Osula on the pitch. We're still in this game. We're only 1-0 down. If we can do something, we might be able to get a point. So,
and Will Osula is so unpredictable that Liverpool, the back line, won't know what to expect from him. Keith Truscott with a super chat. Hall quickly becoming a world-class player. Got Salah in his pocket. Sean Stevenson, a member for 25 months. It's not over yet. Keep it up. It's only 1-0. And great to see you back, Paul. Thank you, Sean. I Like Coffee says that Pope clearance to Salah was shocking. I mean, exactly. Channel Right says Hall and Tino have been great. I mean, if there's no pass on there as a goalkeeper, Alex, you just put it in the stands. Just take safety first. He's trying a clever little left-footed chip over to Lewis Hall. Salah reads it, clear as day. And honestly, it's so much heart-in-mouth stuff when Nick Pope has the ball at his feet. But on a positive, Alex, Liverpool have had one shot on target. You know, that has to say something.
Yeah, there are players who have thrown bodies in the way. We've generally been quite defensively resolute, but it's the goal that we conceded is so similar to one of the Man City goals that we conceded of just players completely out of position, nobody tracking any runners in the middle. You've got Szoboszlai with basically a penalty, a free hit with a penalty.
And he completely mishit it, in fairness, Alex. He completely mishit that ball. Well, how that went in, I will never know.
Doing it. But you mentioned about Nick Pope coming out. That's three sweeping actions, one of which he didn't come out for. He stayed rooted to his line, which shocked me, because the things that Nick Pope is in the side for me, is to be a bit of a bigger presence than Martin Dubravka and be effective at sweeping. I think he's been really poor at both this game. I think he's been really poor at that recently as well. So I think Martin Dubravka will be gutted watching this performance. It's been so poor. And Emil Kraft as well was probably confused with how he's not getting a look in. But we'll try and focus on some positives. Lewis Hall, like you said, has been brilliant. Left-hand side, he's done nothing wrong. A few Liverpool fans stating that the slip was a foul. I don't know how slipping in the rain is a foul. I think that's a bit harsh.
But I can understand from both sides. He did slip.
I don't want to see them given. I think that would be
extremely harsh, but we've seen them given before, Alex, and I genuinely thought that they were going to go to VAR there and give the penalty.
There's a few. The Liverpool atmosphere is definitely getting to Stuart Atwell, in my opinion. There's been nothing super wrong with the calls. It's fine. Nothing wrong with the officiating, but I definitely think he's being influenced to a degree on small decisions. Yeah. Bruno taking a free kick when the ball was moving, Stuart Atwell wasn't looking at it. So I don't know where he's gotten that from, unless he's got a message in his earpiece, but he needs to be making those calls. He needs to actually watch the free kick being taken instead of walking away. Foul throw got called, which, again, we see 10 of them every game. We're calling foul throws at Anfield now, are we? Okay, cool. So just little things, just a bit unnecessary. Just get on with the game. Let it flow. But yeah, nothing super wrong with the officiating. It's down to us. You know, the refs have seemed fine so far. We're one goal out of this. Maybe Barnes on, move Gordon up front. Maybe Osula on. It's doable.
There is options. There is options. Ricky Thomas, sorry, mate, I missed your super chat. Granny could have bent down, pulled her knickers up and got down to save that goal quicker than No Hope Pope. It was very, very disappointing. I think Bruno's done well, Alex. He's having a real battle with McAllister in the middle of the park. I think he's done a really good job. It just seems like I said in the commentary that I think Liverpool are there to be good at, mate. I think we can get it. There's a goal for Newcastle in this if we decide to take a chance. But sometimes, again, we're getting towards that penalty area. We're not taking shots. We're not crossing. You know, with Wilson up front, that's what he thrives on, crosses into the box. He's proved that over his career. So if we're not going to put crosses into the box, then what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think the weather's... I don't want to blame the weather. The weather's tough. We've tried a couple of whip crosses and they've been a bit... they've not been great. We are getting chances, I agree. I think Liverpool have been a little bit naive at times, and we've definitely had opportunities. I think they're thriving on the fact we're missing some key personnel. I think with a Joe Linton and with an Isak, this is completely different in attacking patterns, and we would probably be on the score sheet at this point. In fact, I would almost be certain that Isak would have scored something that Wilson's been involved in so far in that first half. It's just a shame. It's just a shame that it's not worked. But they're giving us the opportunities. They're giving us the space. If we can make it count, I still think we're good enough for a goal. We've had, I mean, how many shots have we had? One, which is not great. But the positions we've gotten into are pretty good. We just need to be a little bit more effective with it, with that final pass, the build-up. Wilson needs to move. He's like a dinosaur. We need, Willock and Gordon, they thrive off these little 1-2s and back heels. They love it. Wilson's just, he's not that guy. He's really not that guy. And we're struggling. Even Barnes does little back heels and 1-2s. He's got that nous. Just anybody else, I just want Wilson off. I don't think he works in this front three anymore.
Well, going back to Bruno, I've just seen a comment from Chris at Evermore, says he looks like he's running in treacle. I agree. When he's running around, slow. He does look slow. And when Canate beat him for pace, what I mean by Bruno is he's getting into challenges. He's going with McAllister. He's winning balls. But his pace is, I don't know what the hell's happening.
He doesn't have any. Well, straight line pace for Bruno is he's never had that. And I know he gets a bee in his bonnet personally. He does when people call him out on his athleticism, but he's not very quick. His running miles, His stamina is elite. It's absolutely elite, but his pace is poor. That's why it deceives you, because he gets his body in the right places so that players can't. They have to foul him to get the ball. He's very clever with his positioning, but his pace, Exhibit A is the Konate run in a straight line. He's one of the slower players on the pitch. If Bruno had pace, he's in Ballon d'Or top 10, top 20 all the time. But he doesn't have that top end speed, unfortunately.
Chip us with a super chat saying, question for me about Doob psychologically. How will he react if he comes in for Pope just because Pope made a mistake? Well, Dowsy with a super chat. We seem to have had our Weetabix. We're fighting. How are the lads and lasses? Right, Alex, the players are back out. We'll see you at full time, mate.
Hopefully with some points. See you soon, everybody.
Nice. See you soon. Alex will be back with us at full time, ladies and gentlemen, for his thoughts on the second half. Newcastle out there ready to go. Liverpool have just come out ready to go as well. Remember, no spoilers in the chat, guys. If you are in sync with me, then thank you very much. But if you're ahead, then please, no spoilers in the chat. Wait until I have commentated on whatever's happened, and we will all discuss it in the chat. Now, interestingly enough, Eddie's having deep conversations with Harvey Barnes here. Harvey Barnes still not stripped to come on, by the way, but he's gone back to sit down. So I don't know what that was about. I have no doubt we'll see Harvey Barnes at some point in the second half. I want to see Asula given a chance, though. My God, I mean, what does the kid have to do? And we finally get a ball ready to go. Newcastle will get the second half underway when the referee decides and deems it worthy. Anthony Gordon is ready. I'm just waiting for the referee to give the go-ahead. There we go. We're underway for the second half. 5,000 watching, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to Matchday Live on the Toon Review. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button. Subscribe to the channel. Be part of this wonderful channel as we are really fast growing. We're trying to get near 36,500 subscribers tonight. So welcome to all our new subscribers. Thank you very much for tuning in. And please do hit that notification as well so you never miss an upload or a live show. Help us get the 36.5. And don't forget to hit the like button, of course. And Newcastle have a free kick here, around about 5 yards outside the penalty area. It's in a very, very good position. It looks like the referee's actually moved that back a little bit. I'm not sure why. Oh, Fabian Schär's over this. Schär and Gordon. Gordon's got a smile on his face. I'm not sure what's going on here. Just waiting for the wall to get in and set. Keep sending those super chats in, guys. Support the channel. And you'll guarantee to get your comment read out on the show as well. I'd say this is around 25 yards out. Gordon's put the ball down. Fabian Schär's taking a step back. So this could be Anthony Gordon here. I think it's going to be. Certainly, I mean, we know Schär can hit them, but Gordon, not a big run up this, so it's going to have to take something special to beat Alisson, and it hits the wall. So nothing comes of it, and Liverpool, well, it smashed into, I think it's Szoboszlai's face there from the free kick, right into his hooter. That's a painful one for Szoboszlai. Did well, actually. Took one for the team there, jumped up and blocked the free kick. But he took the ball right the side of his face. Not a great free kick, it has to be said, by the way. Not enough height on it at all. But I don't think he took... I mean, the run-up from the distance he was out, it would have to take something monumental to beat Alisson from there. But that's not what you want, getting the ball smashed into your face. So a bit of a lengthy delay to this second half. I mean, we really started there. We came out straight from the kickoff and went for Liverpool straight away. That was a good sign. Whether we can keep that going, of course, is another question. Szoboszlai is all right. Surely he has to go off. Yeah, he does. Absolutely. He tried to stay on the pitch there. I mean, do these players know the rules? I don't know where Van Dijk's twisting that here. Well, Alisson's going to get the ball from the restart. Callum Wilson's asking why, because Liverpool didn't really have possession, but there you go. Whatever. As Alisson picks the ball up, Wilson stands on the edge of the box, just trying to put him off. A little bit of blood coming from Szoboszlai's nose there. Jota wins a header. Hall's got to be careful. Clears it away. Willock now trying to... Willock will get there before Alexander-Arnold. Great work by Joe Willock, but Alexander-Arnold recovered somewhat. Tonali tries to get in on Gravenberch, who wins the 50-50, and Fabian Schär. I mean, will Willock keep that ball in? I think he will. It was an awful pass by Schär, but he's done well, Joe Willock there. And now Anthony Gordon towards the penalty area. He swings a low ball in. Wilson with a little flick. And it's gone wide of the post. And Wilson now down, holding his head. Oh, dear. Was it a clash of heads? Oh, I think it was, actually. Wilson got the flick on, and then Van Dijk came in at the last minute to clear. So Wilson's down and looks to have a cut. As Willisula now warming up. This does not look good. Joe Willock, you know, he waved. He wanted the training staff on very quickly there. Van Dijk's okay. He's up. I'm just checking on Callum Wilson. I have to say, this doesn't look good for Callum. He looks completely out of it right now. He's awake, but he looks very, very, very sort of spaced out. So a lot of stoppages at the start of this second half. But once again, guys, thank you for tuning in to Matchday Live here on the Toon Review. Just under 5,000 watching. And thank you again. Welcome to all our new subscribers. And please do hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We really want to grow this channel, grow the community. And we want to get to as many subs as we can tonight. And with your help, we can do that. So thank you. And welcome to all the new subs. And thank you for all the thumbs up today. It's to the side of Callum Wilson's face. It's just to the side of his right eye where the cut is. We'll see in due course whether Callum is going to be able to continue or not, because obviously concussion protocols, as we're just seeing the goal again. I mean, I still can't believe that went in. I beggars belief. It really does. Really soft goal to concede. Well, Wilson has a steri strip over the right eye. Looks like he's going to be okay to continue. There's a lot of Vaseline on now as well. So he'll definitely have a black eye. Looks like he's going to continue, though. And we're back underway. Kanate for Liverpool. To Trent Alexander-Arnold. He swings the right foot at it all the way out to the far side. Diaz takes it down really well. Inside for McAllister and back now to Van Dijk. Sorry, it's not Van Dijk. It's Gravenberch, because Van Dijk's off the pitch at the minute. Just waiting for him to come back on after he has been injured. Wilson and Van Dijk both return. Well, Wilson has. I'm still trying to see if Van Dijk's come on the pitch. Yes, he has. Tsimikas now back to Virgil van Dijk. Tsimikas. I mean, I wonder how Arne Slot would have what he said to the Liverpool players at half time, because Newcastle have worked their asses off in that first half, and you know, You can't take that away from us. You just can't. And the fact that they've only had one shot on target in the whole game. I mean, we haven't had one on target yet, but, you know, it hasn't been a match of a lot of chances in the box. As Lewis Hall again sees out the challenge of Mo Salah, and it's out for a throw-in. He's playing so well at the minute, Lewis Hall. He really is. That's a terrible ball back to him, though, from Tonali. Really put him under pressure, but Byrne manages to hack it away. Willock loses out in the battle too, Trent, but Wilson's going to get that for Newcastle. Callum Wilson now. Ball through to Willock. Willock's control is shocking, but he does well to win it back. And now Murphy springs forward, running at Tsimikas. Still Jacob Murphy. Gets help from Tino Livramento, but Diaz is back there to help out, and Livramento's lost the ball. And Diaz now trying to burst out of the Liverpool half, but good work by Newcastle to close them down. And Murphy now tight in on Jota, who's back there trying to defend, but we win it back. Livramento does really well. Back to Bruno. Bruno now to Tonali. Tonali, nice touch to get away from Jota. Now Livramento, inside again for Tonali. Now Murphy, sends in across. Van Dijk heads it away. But that's what I want from Murphy. Head up, cross the ball. Tonali now. And Anthony Gordon made a great run, but Tonali couldn't find him there. But he's won the ball back. Great work from Sandro. Fabian Schär now. Newcastle asking just a few questions here of Liverpool. Livramento. And now Murphy picks it up again. Murphy, head up. In comes the cross again. Van Dijk is there. And Tsimikas hammers it away. It's a very, very late challenge on the left back. I mean, Murphy pleads his innocence. I don't think he got much of Tsimikas there. And the Liverpool player, let's just have a look at the replay. Yeah, he does actually. Murphy's studs into the top of Tsimikas' foot. That is always a painful one. Murphy offers his apologies. 10 minutes gone in the second half. It's still 1-0 to Liverpool. But I tell you what, we've asked a few questions at the start of this half. We've got stuck in. We haven't, had a real punch on them yet, but we are trying. Latest Premier League scores: Brentford 1, Everton 1 is a full time. Forest 0, Arsenal 0 is a full time. Tottenham 0, Man City 1. Haaland is also a full time score. They can't be full times. Surely. Oh, they are. Man United still winning. They're in injury time. So it looks like Man United are going to get through with 10 men, get through the game, just getting past Ipswich Town. But a win is a win. A win is a win, guys. Nothing going on here. The ball is with Alisson at the minute for Liverpool. Passes to Van Dijk. That's better from Newcastle, though. Really high pressing, forcing Liverpool into mistakes. Throw into Newcastle. Livramento to Bruno. He's bundled over. That's a free kick. McAllister again fouling Bruno. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Getting in the faces, giving them hell. Liverpool don't like that. They really don't. And we're proving that there. Really strong press in that area of the field. Liverpool trying to play out from the back. We got in the faces and forced a mistake. And now we have a good opportunity here with the free kick. But again, we need to make this set piece count. I don't understand why Tonali doesn't take these. I'm at a, Anyway, Gordon floats in the court. It's the free kick. Szoboszlai heads away. And we need to be careful that we don't allow Liverpool a quick break. But that's good pressing by Gordon. And we win the ball back. Livramento now. Inside for Gordon. Gordon's touch is awful low. And it's out for a throw-in to Liverpool. But again, Tino there just he had a chance to run there and sort of give a really difficult ball for Anthony Gordon. Just want to see Tino burst down that right, get the byline, whip a cross in. It seems that the confidence of the kid isn't there to do that at the minute. Diaz plays it out to this near side now for Alexander-Arnold, who brings it over the halfway line. And now Salah. Salah back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah again. Closed down very quickly by Lewis Hall. Trent across now to Virgil van Dijk. He brings it forward again. Out to the left to Tsimikas. Bit of space for him. Murphy shuts that out quickly. Diaz. Tsimikas again. Good packed, very compact defending by Newcastle. Trent again. Jota. Szoboszlai spins away nicely from Tonali, but Tonali regains the ground. And again, just clumsy, but we get the ball, but it's a little bit of scrappy play, that poor clearance from Bruno. Szoboszlai, Gordon in on Konate and forces Konate to completely slice the ball out of play for a throw to Newcastle. And it looks like Liverpool are going to make a change. Cody Gakpo is ready to come on. I would assume that's for Luis Diaz. I mean, it could be for Jota, and one of them can go up front. But we'll soon find out. Lewis Hall with a throw for Newcastle. Down the line. Wilson with a little flick on. I mean, Willock's got to work harder for me to I mean, Willock just, he's standing there. Wilson did well to win the header. Willock makes no attempt to get the ball. He's having, he's just lazy in them circumstances. At least put a foot in, try and win it. Throw to Liverpool, which Trent seems to want to take an age to do. Gravenberch now, long right-footed ball. And that's Livermento's ball all day. He's got to be careful, though, because if he loses here, we're in trouble, and he has lost it. Dan Burn comes back, and a free kick given to Liverpool. Dan Burn overstretched for the ball, but it was Tino Livramento who, again, he did that on Sunday, remember, when he cut across the field and just took too much of a heavy touch. And Dan Burn just almost won the ball there. I thought he got a touch on that ball. Indeed, he did. He won the ball there, Dan Burn. That's a terrible decision. And Liverpool get a free kick. I mean, he won the ball there, Dan Burn. No doubt about it. But again, just Livramento just hanging on the ball, taking a heavy touch and losing it in a very dangerous place. Now, are Liverpool going to make the substitution before the free kick? Doesn't look like it. And of course, it's going to be Alexander-Arnold to whip this in towards the penalty area. It's very central, this, so it's difficult to get an angle on it. In it comes. That should be Nick Pope's, and is very, very close to the goalkeeper. And Pope gets with a throw, and too much power on the throw. Left Anthony Gordon found it very difficult, as Liverpool are now going to make the change, and it is Jota to come off. And Cody Gakpo will replace him. And he's having a very good season so far, Gakpo. Now, will that mean Salah goes up front, or Gakpo himself, or Luis Diaz? One of the three. It looks like Gakpo's gone as the centre forward of the three. So no change to the formation for Liverpool. Bruno's lost the ball again, but he's got a free kick. I thought that was a good tackle by McAllister, but the referee's blown for a free kick. No, it wasn't a good tackle by McAllister. It was indeed a foul. And Liverpool, well, good spot by the referee, because had he not given that, we were in a very difficult situation. Fabian Schär with the free kick for Newcastle. And he goes short to Dan Burn. Burn across to Lewis Hall now. Hall, head up, gives it a good ball. That's a very good ball for Joe Willock. But again, he can't take the ball. I mean, what is going on, Joe Willock? Tonali, he struggles to take the ball as well. And Liverpool, lovely back heel by Szoboszlai. And that sends Trent away down the right-hand side. It's an awful ball by him trying to play a Salah in. Now he's out of position. And Tonali, can we make something of it? No, Tonali's given it away. Poor pass from the Italian. And breaking forward now is McAllister for Liverpool. McAllister to Salah. Salah turns back on his left, onto his right. And it's 2-0. And it's McAllister with the goal. And again, we only have ourselves to blame. We lose the ball in a very poor ball by Tonali. But before that, Willock was played in. And again, it just bounces off him. And Liverpool break away. Ball to Salah from McAllister. Back to, again, McAllister is unmarked. Nobody is marking him. And he just fires it into the top corner. 2-0 Liverpool. And now we are really, really up against it. Tonali there trying to play it to Lewis Hall. It was a terrible pass. And that enabled, Hall was then out of position. McAllister then to Salah. Look at this. What defending is that? Who is that? Fabian Schär, yet again. Watch him. He's totally stepped away. Him and Bruno have stepped away from McAllister and allowed him to fire it into the top corner. What on earth defending is that? Seriously. Choke me with a chicken. 2-0 to Liverpool. We are massively up against it now. Murphy now across to Gordon. Gordon has an overlap from Lewis Hall. Doesn't use him. Goes into the box. Little ball into... Is he offside, Gordon? I don't know, but he's played the ball. In fact, he was onside. It was a great chance there, but Gordon couldn't find a Newcastle player to tap the ball into the net. Schär brings it forward. Now Bruno to Livramento. Back to Bruno. Bruno will send a cross in. Willer can't get there, and it's flicked away by Alexander-Arnold for a Newcastle throw. Again, we're starting to ask questions. Newcastle are going to make 3 changes. Barnes, Asula, and Miley are all coming on. So again, it's a reactive substitution from Eddie rather than proactive. But hey, what the hell? Fabian Schär in the centre circle. When you look at the replay, I think it was Bruno actually that was marking McAllister, or it was Fabian Schär. It was one of the two. And then as Salah has the ball, they move away from McAllister, and he's got so much space in the box just to fire it home. And now Gakpo on the far side at the byline. Tsimikas to Gakpo. Szoboszlai. And now Kanate. Van Dijk. Tsimikas. Gakpo. Now he wants to run at Murphy. Cuts in on his right foot. Lays it to Gravenberch. Gravenberch now. Back to Gakpo. Little 1-2s. And now Van Dijk again. Back to Gravenberch. Lots of space now suddenly opening up for Liverpool. And Van Dijk goes all the way back to Alisson, who's miles out of his goal here. And it's a great ball by Alisson to Diaz. Diaz stepping away from the challenge of Anthony Gordon. Now Szoboszlai. Salah. Diaz. Salah again. Little 1-2s opening up all over the pitch for Liverpool at the minute. And suddenly a lot of space. Van Dijk on the halfway line. Brings it forward again, looking for somebody to make the run. Gakpo again, cuts inside on Murphy. But to be fair to Newcastle, no way through for Liverpool. But they are just knocking it around at a stroll at the minute. Trent now fires a ball out to Salah. Salah closely marked by Hall, but this time Salah gets around Hall. Salah into the box again. It's still more Salah. Still more Salah. And manages to win. Does he? No. Goal kick to Newcastle. Spike with a super chat. Crap game management. Once again, defence sleeping. Can't deny that. Can't deny that at all. Great strength by Mo Salah. But just ran out of room eventually. Good defending by Newcastle. Oh, no, he's given a corner now. Well, initially it wasn't a corner, but now it is. Salah was frustrated as hell that it wasn't a corner, and then obviously changed the mind. Here we go. Tsimikas with it. It's a short corner, and it's a terrible corner. And now Murphy breaks away. Now Gordon. But Liverpool so quick to get back and defend. And Gordon trying to win the ball, but is going to be penalised. And a free kick to Liverpool. And Newcastle will make the changes. First to come off is Joe Willock. He'll be replaced by, well, there's 4 changes. Harvey Barnes will replace Joe Willock. Will Asula will replace Callum Wilson. Trying to see who else. I can't see the substitute board at the minute. So Wilson off for Rasula. Who's Miley coming on for? Tonali. Oh, he's took Tonali off. Miley replaces him. And Trippier will replace Livramento. So 4 substitutes on the belt for Newcastle. Oh, strange. I mean, 4 subs. I mean, bloody hell. But we're up against it here. We are massively up against it. Canate now as play gets back underway. Nearly 69 minutes gone in the game. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. You're watching Matchday live on the Toon Review. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. If you are new, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner as we try and get to 36,500 subscribers. And a massive welcome to all our new subscribers on the channel tonight. Thank you for being part of this wonderful community that we've built up here on the Toon Review. And immediately Miley getting stuck into Szoboszlai. But a throw in to Liverpool, deep in Newcastle half. All the way back now to Trent. Canate just steps up on Asula. Swings a ball across the field looking for Gakpo. Trippier is there though, but it bounces kindly for Liverpool and Tsimikas. Van Dijk. Again, Liverpool looking to build. Peter Garthwaite with a super chat. Too little, too late, as usual, from Eddie Howe. Alisson now to Trent. He's got to be careful. He's tracked back well by Barnes there. But listen, they've got plenty of time on the pitch, the likes of Barnes and Asula here, to really give themselves a real statement to Eddie Howe. Long ball over the top. Dan Burn brings that down nicely. Back to Share. Share to Miley. Nice by Miley. Calmed it down. Nice little ball out to Trippier. Trippier to Murphy. Inside for Bruno. Takes a heavy touch and fires the ball over the top looking for the run of Anthony Gordon, but too much pace on that. And it's back to the goalkeeper. It looks like Anthony Gordon's gone central and Asula's gone out to the right-hand side. So Gordon's gone through the middle. Barnes has come to the left. Asula on the right. And Gordon is telling Asula to go out there because he gave Virgil van Dijk so much space there to give the ball to. So Liverpool could get out of the difficult situation they were in. Gravenberg now. Little touch by McAllister, I think, went awry. And here comes Will Asula on the right-hand side, trying to step inside of Tsimikas. Not very well, and Tsimikas wins the ball, but Asula bursting to try and win it back. Makes Alisson play it out quickly. Now to Trent. Barnes all over him. Salah clips it in. Nice little ball. Szoboszlai with a back heel. A little too fancy that from Szoboszlai there, and Liverpool have lost the ball. Lewis Hall. He's done too much there as well. And Salah bursts away down the right-hand side into the penalty area. Miley there, clipped across, looking for a tap-in. It would have been offside. The referee indicates that he's waved play on, but that would have been offside. Trent had just made the move too early. But again, careless from Newcastle, losing the ball in a very dangerous position. Forward come Liverpool. Trent was offside, but the ball into the arms of Nick Pope. Miley now for Newcastle to Lewis Hall. Picked up by Barnes. Nick Thornton with a super chat. A striker on the wing and a winger up front. Eddie Howe. Well, I mean, obviously, Asula's gone back through the middle now. And that's a nice move. Murphy fires it in. Alisson palms it out and it falls. Of course it falls to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he's got a ball very quickly out to Salah. And all of a sudden, from a Newcastle chance, Salah breaks into the penalty area. Outside of the foot. Oh, almost put in by Diaz. What a ball by Salah. Outside of the foot, curled away from Nick Pope. And Diaz had to do a lot to get on the end of it, but he didn't make some ground up. But fortunately for us, it's wide of the post. Just overstretching was Diaz and just couldn't put it in the net. And it remains 2-0. But again, that's just how quickly Liverpool can come at you. We have a chance at one end that Alisson palms away, just falls to Trent. He fires the ball straight up front for for Salah to break, and away he goes. Here's Bruno now. Brings Fabian Schär into play. Trippier and acres of space down this right-hand side. That's a good ball by Schär. Trippier back to Murphy. Murphy on the edge of the penalty area now. Back to Trippier. Again, why didn't we cross that there? Bruno. Again, we're trying to walk it in towards the penalty area. Just cross the bloody ball, man. That's a nice ball to Murphy. In comes the cross. It's not great. It's behind Asula. Comes to Lewis Hall on the edge of the box now. Hall. Now Miley. To Bruno. Lots of space on the right-hand side if we can feed it over there. DJ Ellison with a super chat. Worrying thing is Liverpool have strolled this. Yeah, it seems like they haven't really got out of second gear, to be honest, but we can still ask a few questions. Still time in this game. Miley. Lewis Hall now. Needs to see some movement up front. Now Anthony Gordon. Gordon running at Trent. Gets to the byline. Gordon. Trent got back, but it's a corner to Newcastle. Can we make something of this? You know, I don't understand. I mean, I know Tonali's off the pitch now, but why isn't he involved in free kicks and set pieces? I just do not know. He's a master at them. We've seen it for Italy, but he doesn't seem to be in the frame for any set pieces for Newcastle. Anyway, Gordon's corner. Headed away on the edge of the 6-yard box by Van Dijk. Murphy gets ahead to it. And, Gravenberch wasn't taking any chances there. It looked like it was dropping into the arms of Alisson. And Liverpool scramble it away eventually. Schär with a header. Now Lewis Hall can bring it forward. Hall. Lots of space for Lewis Hall. Back to Anthony Gordon now on this near side. Cuts in on his right. Fires in across. And Alisson comes out and claims. There's just not enough conviction, I think, in Newcastle's, the deliveries into the box and things like that. It lacks a bit of conviction. Gakpo bringing it forward now for Liverpool to Diaz. Diaz has overhit that. Way overhit that to Tsimikas, and it's a throw to Newcastle. 15 minutes to go, and Newcastle are 2-0 down here at Anfield. 6,300 watching. Thank you so much on both platforms. Please, as I said before, do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Help us make this channel even bigger. And you'll be joining a fantastic community here on the Toon Review. Loads of recorded shows and live shows nearly every day of the week. And every Newcastle United game, live commentary on the channel. And once again, welcome to all our new subscribers tonight. And thank you to everybody that's hit that like button. It really does mean a lot. Another 2 substitutions for Liverpool. Quansah is one of the players coming on. Of course, once linked with Newcastle. Gravenberch is the player coming off. Looks a very tired man, Gravenberch. And the other one is Trent Alexander-Arnold coming off. So Endo and Quansah are now on the pitch for Liverpool. And they immediately have to defend a Newcastle free kick just inside our own half. But there's no doubt where we're going to try and play this free kick. Sent over the top looking for Schär's flick on. Oh, he almost got there as well. Now Bruno plays it out wide for Murphy. Murphy, just ball wouldn't settle for him, but he did well. And now Trippier. Back to Murphy. Cuts, lovely little dummy nutmeg on Diaz. Now Miley. Gordon. That's not great from Anthony Gordon. Straight to Diaz, and Liverpool could break again here. Salah down the right-hand side. There is so much space on the far side. Salah's ball across is a brilliant ball as usual, and a great chance here for Gakpo. Hall gets back and does really well. So does Dan Burn. Salah comes in. It's bouncing around, and somehow Newcastle get the ball clear. Asula does well, but, Endo diving in on Anthony Gordon to win the ball there, but dear me, that could easily have been 3-0, but good defending by Hall and Burn, to be fair. Bruno now out to Trippier. Trippier to Bruno. Into the Liverpool half again. Bruno goes past McAllister. They've had such a battle tonight. Now Murphy. Murphy trying to skip round Tsimikas. Claims it was a Newcastle throw and is indeed. Good work from Jacob Murphy. Now Trippier. Inside for Miley. 7 shots to 3. 2 on target for Liverpool, which have both found the net. And nothing on target yet for Newcastle United. Gordon with a throw. Back to Dan Burn. Oh, we've got to start upping the pace a bit now if we want to try and get anything from this game. Of course, 2-0 down at the moment. But it's a big ask, 2-0 down at Anfield to get back in the game. But we've never given up, and that's what I like to see tonight. We've tried. Some players haven't really been good enough, but we have, the effort has certainly been there, and that's all we can ask. Bruno now fires it out. Good ball, that to Harvey Barnes. Barnes now with a bit of space to run into. Heads to the edge of the box. Clips a little right-footed ball in. And that's headed behind again for a Newcastle corner. We have asked a few questions, but, again, it's the clinical side. Have we been clinical enough? Not really. Let's see if we can make anything from this corner. Now, the last corner was floated right into the centre of the sort of 6-yard area. Will we try something different with this one? Gordon whips it in again. No Newcastle challenge for the ball there. There's a Liverpool player gone down in the penalty area. He's back up. And just as I say that, Salah breaks away for Liverpool. He's been held by Jacob Murphy and is going to be a yellow card for Jacob Murphy. Took one for the team there. Salah breaking away. Murphy pulls him back. And now there's a free kick to Liverpool and a yellow card for Jacob Murphy. But he's getting high fives off his teammates because he knew there if he didn't stop Salah, he was in for another goal. I mean, he's so difficult to stop, Mo Salah. He really is. He's a flying machine when he gets going, isn't he? But credit to Jacob Murphy. He had to take the yellow card. But the free kick is in a very dangerous position again where Tsimikas can left foot in-swing this into the penalty area. Cause a little bit of problems again. Newcastle trying to keep a very high line here. Their line is around 5 yards outside the penalty area. Let's see if we can defend this. Of course, Van Dijk up there. Gakpo certainly good in the air. Whipped in by Tsimikas and just clipped away. I thought Dan Burn got a touch on that, but he hasn't. It's gone out for a goal kick. Beautiful free kick that by Tsimikas. Whipped in dangerously, but, good defending again. Nobody on the end of it. Now, Newcastle try and break with Bruno. Plays it down the line for Asula. Van Dijk deals with him. And play has stopped here. There's an injury. I'm trying to see who it is. It's Alexis McAllister. I'm not sure whether he was taken out late or what. I don't know whether it was an off-the-ball incident there. Fabian Schär's not really happy with him. Let's have a look. It's Bruno that plays the ball down. Ooh, kind of follows through with this. You know what? It's one of them where you just never know, do you? Because Bruno clears the ball, but then his studs go right down the thigh of McAllister. That way, I think Bruno's left foot on him there, but you can never tell whether that's deliberate or not. He shook hands with McAllister, but a little bit of frustration keeping it creeping into Bruno there. I'm not so sure. 6,500 people watching on YouTube and Twitter, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching it on YouTube, please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And, of course, if you're on Twitter, head across to YouTube and subscribe as we try and build to 36,500. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing tonight. Here's Salah inside for Szoboszlai. Now to Endo. Plays it to Van Dijk. Liverpool starting another attack. Newcastle running out of time to get anything back in this game here. No shots on target tonight for Newcastle. Only 2 for Liverpool, but the thing is, they both hit the back of the net. So there's been 2 shots on target and 2 have gone past Nick Pope. The second one, I don't think he stood much of a chance with, but the first one, dear God, is all I'll say to that. Van Dijk again for Liverpool. And they're just knocking it around. I get the feeling that Liverpool truly believe this game is now won. As they break down the left-hand side again. Gakpo. Good interception by Cher. Steps up. Clips it to Trippier. Murphy. Leaving really Miley with a hell of a job there. Now Szoboszlai bursts away from Murphy towards the penalty area. Into Mo Salah. Salah back on his left foot. Lewis Hall blocks it. Thought there was a handball by Salah. He's not going to get anything from the referee for that. Salah now back to Kwanzaa. And Liverpool go all the way back. Endo. And he'll go to Kanate. And they will try and build again. I mean, Liverpool, for me, they can be a bit more clinical than they've been tonight. You know, when they've gotten the penalty area, we've seen them destroy teams sometimes. But I tell you what, Lewis Hall did really, really well again there, guys. He you know, getting in the way of Salah, and you know how Salah likes to cut in on his left foot and fire a shot. He tried that again, but Lewis Hall just stood there like a brick wall. And he says, "You're not getting a shot past me." He's been outstanding tonight, Lewis Hall. Here's Burn. And again, asking so much of Miley, who did well in the end. Szoboszlai took a knock, but Miley perfectly entitled to go for that. Barnes, who we've seen very little of since coming on the pitch, clips a ball through to Miley. Miley gets it to Bruno. Bruno now to Asula. Burn is up there now. And Burn, Miley's got to get there. Does so. Trippier now. Sends the ball down the line. Murphy looked yards offside, but nothing, no flag as yet. I don't think we're going to see a flag. Bruno. Get a cross in, man. Trippier. Back to Murphy again. Get a cross in. And now we're going bloody backwards, man. Cher steps up. Fabian Cher. Miley. To Lewis Hall. Hall now out to Barnes. Barnes cuts in on his right. Lays it back to Miley within shooting range. But Miley clips the ball to the back post looking for Trippier. Sorry, it's Fabian Cher, but it just bounces off his head and goes behind. Why are we trying to walk the ball into the penalty area all the time? Why doesn't somebody just cross the damn football? I don't get it. Curtis Jones and Darwin Núñez are now coming on for Liverpool. Super chat from Michael McIntyre. Hi all, in my time of dying to Toon. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that comment, but there you go. And just having a look at McAllister's goal again. Just stand off him in the penalty area. Just give him a shot. Dear, dear, oh dear. But this thing we do, I don't get it. Well, guys, I tell you what, we're about to get a comeback here because Sean Longstaff's coming on. So we're going to get back in the game. I don't understand why we don't shoot the ball and we try and pass it into the penalty box all the time. You know, twice there we had an opportunity to cross the ball and we end up going backwards. We're not going to score goals by doing that. It looks like Longstaff will be coming on for Bruno. And it is indeed Bruno who's coming off. Gives the armband to Kieran Trippier. The thing is, tactics like that, they're never going to work. You know, what's happened? You know, get the ball to your wingers and get bloody crosses in. Asula's like 9 foot tall. And he's standing in the penalty area waiting for the ball that never arrives. Jesus. Oh, it's a good header by Salah. Szoboszlai now. Little 1-2. Salah's in. Salah's in. More Salah. Little toe poke and Nick Pope gets down to his right to save. It's not the best of clearances. Szoboszlai now. And the move kind of dies down. Endo back to Van Dijk. Jones. And a couple of minutes left now with the game. I mean, that's the strength of our bench, ladies and gentlemen. Bruno coming off and Longstaff coming on. 2 minutes of normal time to go. It's still Liverpool leading by 2-0. To be fair, you know, I don't think Liverpool have had to get out of top gear. We've done okay. Absolutely we have, but terrible defending for the Liverpool goals. Terrible defending. And again, you know, have our big players really stepped up tonight? I don't know. But here's Salah again. Tries to play the ball in. It's Nunez to the byline. Tries to backheel the ball. It comes off Burn. That's a corner to Liverpool. Salah a bit frustrated there that Nunez couldn't take that because it was a lovely little dink in by Salah. But credit to Dan Burn. He never gave that one up. And it's out for another corner to Liverpool. Super chat from Keith Truscott. We just don't have the quality of Liverpool. They're now not out of second gear, to be honest. We're worlds apart. Yeah, I agree. It's somewhere we've got to aim for. However, we will have a very different lineup, hopefully, for the cup final. Let's be fair. 3 big players missing tonight. Oh, Pope's dropped it. It's gone in. Has the referee blown for a foul? He has. Dear me. Pope came out for the corner, dropped it. We'll have to see on the replay again here. Yeah, Canate jumps into him. Van Dijk does. I'm not sure there's a foul there, to be honest. Pope lost the ball, and we've got away with that, I think. But there you go. Finally, something in our favour. Oh, Burn, Longstaff. Oh, Longstaff's giving it away on the edge of the box. Holy crap, man. First touch of the game, and he gives it straight to a Liverpool player. Luckily for us, Liverpool aren't in the mood to really punish us at the minute. They've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper now as we move into 7 minutes of additional time. 7 bloody minutes. Well, I don't think there's a chance in hell we're getting back in this game at the minute. I think the fact that the big players not shown again. You know, I think Tonali's been poor tonight. Certainly gave the ball away for the second goal. Dear. But as I say, we haven't made Alisson make a save, and that's been the disappointing thing. I think we've had the fight. We've definitely fought. We've given it a go, but we haven't had that punch. We haven't had that punch on Alisson. You know, just to lay a hand on him, really, and give him some work to do. And that's disappointing in a way that we haven't forced a save out of the Liverpool keeper. At the minute, they're just playing it around at the minute. Alisson now goes out wide. Nunez picks it up, lays it off for Kwanzaa. And he goes back again to Alisson. And Curtis Jones picks it up now and brings the ball forward. Could have been very different if Callum Wilson had made it 1-1. You just never know in games of football. That could have really swung the game, but it wasn't to be. But let's be honest, we hopefully for the cup final, we have Botman back, we have Big Joe back, we have Isak back. We could look a very different animal for the cup final at Wembley. Canate now, back to Konsa. And he goes back to his goalkeeper again. Gordon gives chase. And by the way, I mean, how many times have I mentioned Harvey Barnes since he came on? He's playing on the left as well. It's not like he's playing out of position in this game. He's just been completely anonymous again. Asula, I mentioned him loads since he's come on because he's actually, he's trying things. He's working hard. Trippier, that's not a great header. It falls at the feet of Darwin Nunez. Nunez inside for Salah. Salah's first time ball looking for... That's brilliant from Gakpo. Absolutely brilliant piece of skill to bring the ball down and attempt the overhead kick. And fortunately for us, it goes wide of the post. But that just says all the confidence in the world at the minute is flown through the Liverpool team. But again, the main standout player for me tonight, without one shadow of a doubt, is Lewis Hall. He's been absolutely fantastic again tonight. He's shut Mo Salah down. Mo Salah's had moments in the game, don't get me wrong. But as for Mo Salah trying to score goals and do what he does, Lewis Hall has stood up to him really well. As Murphy loses the ball in a dangerous place, Liverpool come forward again. Murphy, he's lost it again. What is he doing? Szoboszlai now will take a blast. It's blocked. Hall heads it away. Barnes gives it straight to Szoboszlai. This is awful. This is awful, guys. And this just says where we are when, the squad that we have is threadbare. When players like this, dawdling on the edge of the box like that, I mean, it's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. And I don't know how Liverpool haven't scored more in the game. I do not know. Salah, that's not a great touch from him. Hall is straight on it and bursts forward. Lovely ball through for Asula, but just slightly too much pace on it. And it ends up back with the Liverpool goalkeeper. 3 minutes to go of the additional time. It remains at Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. Nearly 7,000 watching. Thank you so much, guys. Like I've said many times tonight, please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, as we try to get as close to 36,500 subs as we can. And welcome to all our new subscribers tonight as well. And thank you for hitting that like button. Here's Salah now, going at Lewis Hall again. Is he going to get any joy out of the kid tonight? No, he's not, but it will be a corner. But he can't get round him. He's done it once in the game. And luckily for us, Willett came back to help out. But I tell you something, he gets a pat on the back from Kieran Trippier. He's just had Salah in his pocket most of the night, sort of. But what a talent this kid is. What a talent. It's a shame some of our other players don't really stand up in big games at the minute. Corner to Liverpool. 2 minutes to go of the additional 7. Szoboszlai whips it in. It's not a great corner for Liverpool, and it's all the way back now with Endo in the centre circle. Curtis Jones. Ball through, well intercepted by Murphy. Now Barnes tries to bring it away. Barnes taken down by Nunez, and it's a free kick to Newcastle. Fabian Schär. Well, he's got Trippier standing there, Nick. There's a space on the right-hand side, but he completely ignores him and gives the ball away. That's absolute garbage from Fabian Schär, you lazy piece of crap. And Lewis Hall has to rescue us again with a tackle on Salah. Trippier standing on his own on the right-hand side. Schär ignores him completely. Plays a left-footed pass through the middle, straight to Liverpool. And luckily for us, Lewis Hall is switched on to challenge Mo Salah again. Shocking from Fabian Schär. Seriously, man, get the hell. Andy Allen with a super chat. Will Salah play for Egypt or Pool on the 16th of March? I think we know who he's going to play for. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Salah again, trying to go around Lewis Hall. Hall sticks with him again and tackles him again. And Anthony Gordon wins the... Oh, no, it's gone for a corner to Liverpool. Salah with a smile on his face, but he has not been able to get round Lewis Hall. He's tried many times, certainly in the second half, and he's had no joy out of the kid. Fantastic for performance from Lewis Hall. But questions need to be asked around our elite players. These players who claim they want to play in the Champions League, they don't look anything like Champions League players right now. You know, for all the fight we've shown in this game, we've not laid a punch on Liverpool. Jones now back to Shimikas, and there is the full-time whistle. It is all over at Anfield, and Liverpool cruise to a 2-0 win and extend their lead at the top of the table. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. Liverpool cruise through that game tonight. 2 shots on target, or 3 actually. Pope made a save towards the end. 2 of them going in. Newcastle, no shots on goal. A lot of fights shown tonight. They didn't drop the heads, which was good to see. That was something that we really wanted to see from Newcastle, even if the game wasn't going their way. Do we have the fight? Yes, we did. But Liverpool, to be honest, I mean, wow. I mean, they're just... But our big players, again, they go missing tonight. And I'm being as honest as I can. As much as I love the players we have, they've gone missing again, and not good enough performances. You know, two very, very interesting goals to give away. The first one was a shocker. The second one, again, you know, we have a man marking McAllister, but then Salah gets the ball. McAllister doesn't move. He stays where he is, but we back off him. And then he's got all the time in the world to get the ball back off Salah and smash it in the back of the net. So annoying at times, Newcastle United are. So annoying. Alex joins us again. I mean, Alex, as much as we did fight that, you know, we didn't drop our heads, but the quality wasn't there. We didn't lay a glove on them, and eventually, really, Liverpool cruised to the 2-0 win.
Yeah, it was poor. There were flashes and there were moments where we looked like we might have been able to do some damage, but there was nothing clinical enough. The final product wasn't there. Well, we didn't even get it close enough to be the final product. It was a few passes away from it. Yeah, lackluster. I wasn't overly impressed with anybody, to be fair, today. Maybe Lewis Hall. He did a few things wrong, but I think he gave a real good performance against one of the best wingers in the world. So good for Lewis Hall.
I thought Lewis Hall was outstanding.
Okay.
I have to say. I have to say he stood out a mile for us today.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with Will Osula. I thought he tried his best, but it's what happens when you don't play too often. And just I'm really disappointed that Fabian Schär and Callum Wilson started the match. I don't think either of them deserved it.
Well, what summed up Fabian Schär to me, Alex, was right at the end there. When he had Kieran Trippier to the right of him in acres of space, he then decides to be clever and try a left foot ball through the middle, which he gives the ball away. Salah breaks away, and again, it's Lewis Hall to the rescue. It's just lazy. It's pathetic laziness. And we've seen it so many times. Wow. Even Liverpool's second goal, Alex. There's a man marking McAllister. Then Salah gets the ball, and then we decide to walk away from McAllister and leave him just to hit a shot into the net.
Yeah. Lewis Hall and Byrne were scrambling for that, but it should have been dealt with earlier.
But it was Schär and Bruno. I think it was Schär that was on him. And then Salah gets the ball, and he just backs away. Yeah. McAllister didn't even need to move.
There's more than just that wrong with this. Like Nick Pope, despite being, I think, largely at fault for the first goal as well as nobody picking him up, that corner that they had a goal disallowed that I think was very harsh for them. I think they should have won 3-0.
Yeah, I saw
Nick Pope, absolutely pathetic physically. Yeah, he wasn't fouled at all, and Liverpool should have had 3 goals. So Nick Pope arguably conceded 2 off his own back tonight, was shocking. That's 2 games in a row he's been poor. He needs dropping instantly. Fabian Schär equally as poor. Dan Byrne as well, I thought was okay. But then towards the end of that second half, he did the same thing he did against Forest. He stepped out and he tried to play a right-footed pass right into a sea of red shirts, and they nearly scored from it. Absolutely unnecessary, ridiculous from Dan Byrne, and that is a decision he's chosen to make. It's just an unnecessarily dangerous decision. Why are we doing that? Just mental. I think Eddie Howe, I defend him a lot. I think he's got this wrong. I think his favourites and his personnel choice today was really poor. I think we looked a lot better when we brought on Trippier and a few others. We looked better for a 10-minute period, and it didn't really work. That the formation, the game plan, and some of the personnel selections were really poor tonight. We didn't look great at all. I think it was a Liverpool who weren't even out of second gear, never mind third gear. I think they weren't fantastic in moments defensively. We definitely should have had more of a go at them. On the other hand, if I can even get words out for this, just very disappointed with that performance. But on the other side, on the flip side, there are a lot of players unavailable that are not playing tonight that will make the difference in the final. Your Sven Botman, your Alexander Isak, your Joe Linton, and then I fully expect somebody. I cannot see Nick Pope staying in goal after this. It's pathetic. It is pathetic.
Well, there's a lot of people saying that Nick Pope had the ball headed out his hands. No, he didn't. Kanate came in for a header, which he didn't even look at Nick Pope. Pope dropped the ball. It wasn't a foul. If you're going to give a foul for that, then Christ almighty, what has happened to football? But luckily for us, it was given. But the fact is strength. You know, you've got to be strong. If you're going to come and claim a ball, you need to be strong. And he wasn't there. It just wasn't a foul at all.
Well, we can't be angry. There's been a lot of games this season where we're really frustrated at the officials or certain things. There's not really anything to moan at tonight. Liverpool were just far better than us.
Yeah,
it's what we said before kickoff. We're going to need Pope and Fabian Schär to be at the races. Neither of them two were. We didn't have. We were kind of short in attack. Wilson had a poor performance. You know, it was what we suggested could happen, and unfortunately, it played out exactly as we were worried it would. At least we didn't get hammered, which is
we didn't.
Annoying to say.
I mean, Liverpool, to be fair, they're normally more clinical than what they were tonight.
If they'd have turned it up, they could have done. But I think 2-0 flatters us. It really does.
But the thing is, like you say, we'll be a different animal for the cup final. Hopefully, the big players will be back. But speaking of the big players, Alex, you know, they just didn't step in tonight. That Bruno, I thought, was decent against McAllister in the first half, but his pace wasn't there. Second half, I think he was lucky. That challenge on McAllister when he followed through and raked down the thigh of...
He kicked the ball.
Yeah, he did, but we got to be careful in them circumstances.
You're never going to get penalised. It was naughty, but
Tonali so many times gave the ball away second half, and of course,
second half
gave it away.
His head dropped
for the second goal. Yeah,
we need Joe Linton in that midfield. We need a destroyer. We're missing that physicality and that guy that can break up play. He offers the power and pace and the drive. You know, it is poor. It's poor. We need some players back from injury pretty quick because it's not looking great. And I'm really disappointed.
That's where we are as a squad, though, Alex. When we're taking players off, and you know, like you say, we're bringing Bruno off and replacing them with Longstaff. That's where we are.
Yeah, I mean, for the Liverpool fans watching, and I've said this to a couple of my friends as well. Like our starting 11, our best 11, can give you a game. 100% can give you a game, and I think
absolutely.
We can beat you on our day sometimes. This is not our first 11 at all. We've got players missing. There's obviously we've not signed big players and first team players for 3 transfer windows. We've got players starting to age out in Fabian Schär. Nick Pope's really struggling. Callum Wilson's aging out. We're at that stage now where, you know, 12 to 18 months ago when we were pressing, we were unplayable. We're about to, I think, go through a bit of a big summer. It's going to be a big overhaul. There might be 5, 6, 7 out and maybe a similar number in. Got a lot of contracts expiring as well. So for players for fans of other clubs watching, this isn't the true black and white team. Like it's different. It can be a lot better than this. But yeah, that was a poor performance, and Liverpool 100% deserve the 3 points. So
yeah, they did. Super chat from DK35. Are we the worst team in the league for corners?
Defensively, it seems like it's flipped. We've gone from the best to the worst at defending corners. It's bizarre. Jason Tyndall must be livid.
I mean, we don't score a lot from corners. That's been a problem for many a moon.
Considering we've got the biggest centre half in the league, it makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, look, we'll discuss it a lot more tomorrow night. Joe Willock, I mean, he couldn't trap a bag of cement. How many times did he get played through tonight and the ball just bounces off him? It was ridiculous in that second half.
He'd got flubber on his shoes, hadn't he?
Oh, unbelievable.
I think he needed somebody to link up with, but it's still, I don't think I'm going to put all the blame on Joe Willock. I think Wilson needs to take the brunt of that.
There was a few of them. Nathan with a super chat saying, why does Byrne go for corners? He never wins anything. It's true, though. It is true. But I'm just disappointed we didn't get not one shot on target tonight, Alex. That's disappointing, man.
Poor.
Anyway, I will be doing a reaction on YouTube, so I will let you know on the socials when that is up. When are we expecting the podcast, Alex?
Not tonight, as I've got a very busy time with work and things to do, but there shall be something put out regarding the run of fixtures and some transfers. So again, the content is a bit slow at the moment. Obviously, we are a man down with Billy at the moment, so we will get some stuff out very shortly to do with transfers and obviously building up to the future fixtures. The link for Patreon is down in the description, guys, and Alex will let you know on socials when he gets that podcast up. But thank you very much for watching tonight. Thank you so much for all your super chats, your memberships, everything.
7,000 watching tonight over on both platforms. Absolutely superb. Thank you so much to
guys.
everybody.
We're still in sixth place. We're still in sixth place.
Still in
despite
sixth.
This loss.
we're still hovering
We're 4
around.
points off Forest, who may start to drop off.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's
we're still hovering
February
around.
was a tough run of. It was a tough month. We knew coming into Feb that this was going to be a real hard month. So we have got other fixtures towards the end of the season where hopefully, we've got to play Ipswich again. We've got Leicester again. There are opportunities for us to go on some runs and pick up some good points. We've got a lot of players to come back from injury. We'll be fine.
We will be. Let's try and get our heads up. But I'll do the reaction now. That'll be on YouTube in the next half an hour or so. So I'll let you know on socials when that is up. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. We're on X as well. And of course, TikTok. You want to sign up to that as well. But thank you very much for joining us tonight. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. It is free to do so. As you've seen tonight, it's a fantastic community that we are building here on the Toon Review, and we keep rising. Please do hit the like as well if you've enjoyed the commentary and the show in general. Thank you, everybody. Mods, you've been fantastic tonight. Thank you so much. Cheers to Alex, and we will see you all again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. We will be back. How are the lads?
Way the
Take
lads and lasses.
Come back and check out the breeze.